The following is a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio. Our coverage of Dowling Catholic Sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Klein Electric, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and Bozen the Florist. Thank you for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
And a very pleasant good evening. Welcome to Dowling Catholic High School here in West Des Moines, Iowa, as we get set for the opening games of the girls and boys high school basketball season here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Mark Amadale joined tonight by Jimmy Cataldo, later on Mike Swaim, as we're set for game one. Well, game one of the boys season, game three of both the Dowling and Valley girls season, as it's the Battle of West Des Moines tonight. Jimmy Cataldo, Dowling and Valley. Welcome.
Well, it's exciting to start the new season, and you start off at home against your crosstown rivals. So there's no better way to start the basketball season than playing against Valley, but this time we're playing at home. Last year, if you remember, we started the first, 6 or 7 games on the road. This year,
Yep.
We're going to have 6 of the first 7 games at home. So, it's going to be very, very interesting how both teams get off this year. Both teams very, very talented basketball teams in Valley and Dowling, as you expect. But very interesting how this thing's going to turn out.
No question about it. Sophomore game going on right now. Dowling boys sophomore team leading Valley 70-58 with just under 35 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. So we have a little bit of extra pregame. The reason I say that, folks, my partner here, Jimmy Cataldo, the sophomore football coach at Dowling Catholic, he's also a little, helps us out with the basketball. Tonight, subbing for Scott Babinat, who is returning, and I understand listening on the app in the Dallas airport, while he returns from California for Thanksgiving. So you're pitch hitting, doing double duty. I brought Swaim in and out of the bullpen in case you don't last through the first half of the boys' game.
Well, a lot of questions are out there about your voice and being able to do 2 games. But, hey, when I'm getting called off the bench, that's when I perform the best, I hope. But it's going to be fun. I haven't done the girls' games in a couple years, but it's been exciting to watch this team grow. Young team, but yet a lot of experience, this Dowling girls.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun, so appreciate you. And Mike sitting in tonight. Of course, Scott Babinat will join us Friday, as this will be the first of 2 games this week. We'll start the Tuesday-Friday rotation, girl-boy doubleheader. Tonight it's Dowling and Valley here at the Dowling Gym. Top 10 matchup in the girls contest, 7th-ranked Valley, number 3 Dowling Catholic in the first poll out in Class 5A, the big schools. In 4A, well, the boys game, the defending champion Valley Tigers, state champs last year in Class 4A, taking on Dowling Catholic team under first-year head coach. And look, we got part of the Whipple family here, and he's wearing enemy clothes, Jimmy. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm sure a lot of listeners remember back when Dino Whipple once took the snaps for the Maroons, as I was a young kid, by the way, and enjoyed watching Dino Whipple play as a quarterback.
He threw him to the other team once in a while. Yeah, see, he admits it. He threw it to the other team. Yeah, and then, of course, the coaching staff's realizing who's here. He's back in Dallas, Coach. But, Jimmy, get to this game, as now they're starting the clock. We have 15 minutes on the clock, and it's counting. Dowling Valley, CIML matchup, a lot of things, but it's game 1 of 21 regular season games. And your thoughts on this? What a way to open the season.
Well,
you go right into the conference, and it's Dowling Valley. This is not a non-conference game. They're going to play each other twice. We'll have the other game later on this year. But your thoughts on game 1 with the girls contest?
Well, you got to feel really good if you're Coach Kristen Meyer. You're coming back from playing their Thanksgiving tournament, which they have done since she's been here. They go to Minneapolis. They play at St. Thomas. They play against some really good schools up in Minneapolis to give yourself a little bit of battle testing before you come and start the grind of the CIML. And, the teams that they played up in Minneapolis, they played a Providence Academy team out of Plymouth, Minnesota. End up losing to that team by 3, but this is a Plymouth team that is a back-to-back 2A state champion in Minnesota. So they played some formidable opponents and then turn around and beat a Hopkins, Minnesota team out of Minnetonka by 3. And this is a Hopkins team that ended up beating Davenport North, our number 4 rated team this year. So 2 very, very good opponents that you got to play on the road in a different environment before you really have to come home and play against Valley tonight.
Yeah, no question. And always, when you go out of state and play up, it does you well. Now, Dowling, as you mentioned, went 1-1 up there. And according to Coach Meyer, they actually played pretty well in the game they lost more so in the game they won. They were behind in that last game over Hopkins, defeated Hopkins 61-58, but they were behind most of that game. I know the updates I saw last Saturday, they were behind. But, hey, this is a girls team that has one senior, 4 juniors, and 4 sophomores on this Dowling girls team, with 2 freshmen sprinkled in there with Julia Moore and Lauren Frericks, 2 starters that graduated. Marin Heller, who would have been a junior this year, transferred to Valley. She's not on the Valley basketball team, but she transferred there to be with her sister at Valley. So the Maroons have 3 starters back, and then you add in Katie Muller, the younger sister of Ellie Muller, the post player for the Maroons, the 6'1" post. So you have the Muller sisters, rather, with 3 other starters. So the Maroons, have that starting mentality back, Jimmy, but their bench is very, they don't go to the bench a whole lot. And if they do, Macy Herndon, who played a little bit last year, and Leah Brock, both have come off the bench, but they go with their starting 5 for the most part.
Well, it's certainly in the beginning of the year. This is the time when you really have to learn what kind of team you have. In the event you do have to go deep into the bench, this Dowling girls team is a very recognizable team, even though they're young. Ava Zediker starting her 3rd year now as a junior. Ellie Olson, her 2nd year starting, but she saw significant times as a freshman. You got Layla Tritton on her 3rd year of starting. You mix in Ellie Mueller, who we saw a lot of last year come onto the scene, and she's starting to catch eyes of many, many different colleges, not just in basketball but also in volleyball. But you really have to understand what bench you have, because there's going to come a time when you're going to lean on that bench and just going to figure out how deep can I go, who's going to come out here and compete, who's not going to go away and shy away from the bright lights.
You're listening to the pregame show tonight as the opening game on Iowa Catholic Radio, Dowling and Valley. Girls and boys basketball doubleheader. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo bringing you the pregame as a girls game. The girls teams are out there warming up as we speak. And tonight's contest brought to you in part by Bozen the Florist and Ashworth Vision Clinic. Also want to thank Brady Grimm back at the Iowa Catholic Radio Studios, holding court with one of our engineers, and one of the reasons we got on just a little bit late, as Greg Richwine, all-purpose engineer, didn't have our connection ready, and then they called and said there was, so I switched everything back. But you didn't know that. I appreciate that.
I'm not surprised you're passing the buck. It's never your fault, Mark.
We got it on.
I listened to the director downtown, and he says it's never your fault. When those phone calls come in, you're the first one to pass it down the line to somebody else.
So on the same token, I'm going to give credit to Greg Richwine, the IT guy for Iowa Catholic Radio, and Brady. I just would have wished I had a phone call to know. That's all I asked. Hey, some other games tonight before we get to the Valley lineup. Also going on tonight, these are all girl-boy doubleheaders. Johnston, the number 1 ranked team in girls play, and 8th ranked in boys at number 10 Waukee Northwest girls and the Waukee Northwest boys. That'll be the debut in the boys game of Courtney Henderson, the brand new Johnston boys basketball coach, went over from Hoover. So that'll be another game starting at 6:15. Ankeny Centennial is at Urbandale. Indianola is at Southeast Polk, and Ankeny at Waukee. Those are all girl-boy doubleheaders underway about 6:15. The only teams that are not playing tonight are Hoover and Lincoln boys. They both have the night off. They'll make their debut on Friday. Well, Jimmy, let's take a look at the Valley Tigers under second-year head coach Matt Utoff. Came to Valley last year from Manchester, West Delaware, up to Northeast Iowa. Took over the Valley program after Joe Sechrist left after 10 years. And Joe now in his first year at Norwalk as the head girls coach. But they bring back a very experienced team, but a deep team. They're going to run 8-9 players out there. Elin Litt, who was a starting point guard a year ago, she comes off the bench. Elise Yeager and J.C. Lockey, along with this freshman, Ty Lee White, number 11, are their leading scorers after 2 games for West Des Moines Valley. And, of course, they have the transfer Ashley Brown from Waukee Northwest, who also bounced out starting lineup. So some things to note there. Valley has played a couple games. They beat a couple Cedar Rapids teams very handily, Cedar Rapids Washington, Cedar Rapids Kennedy, in their first 2 games. And they come in averaging 58 points, giving up 26. That's 10 points more than they scored a year ago, and giving up 10 points less than they allowed last year. So they're ready to go.
Well, fairly new face to the Valley program and Coach Utoff, but in his second year, Valley plays very much the traditional teams that you see. They play great defense. They go deep into their bench. So a lot of developing of young ladies, and Elise Yeager, I think somebody who's going to contribute, 6'1", senior, averaging 10.5 points in this early season, and she's certainly a girl that you want to get the ball to early, and she's a girl that can handle the ball outside the perimeter and handle the ball inside, so the Maroons are going to have to extend their defense, but I think Ellie Mueller, who's somebody who's very tall and can really handle the big rolls, she can move her feet well. I think she may do a very, very good job on Yeager tonight. Yeah, and Mueller, who you mentioned, Ellie, 6'1", sophomore, last year averaged 8.5 points and 7.5 rebounds. This year averaging 24 points, 14 rebounds. Already has 6 blocks. Last year had 65 blocks to lead Dowling. And Muller's that presence in the paint, 6'1", and can block and alter a lot of shots. But the Maroons, not a whole lot of depth. It's going to be interesting to see who pushes the ball up. Yes, we have the 35-second clock for the second consecutive year, but we also have no more 1-and-1s in high school basketball, girls or boys. It's 2 shots after the 5th foul, and that's how they went to the women's game, and that's great. But how will that affect Dowling? Somebody wanting to push the ball, don't worry about the shot clock, versus Dowling having basically their 5 starters and comfortable with maybe one other person in the rotation. Your thoughts on that, Coach? Well, I think it's the right move to make, but you had to make the shot clock first. Once you make the shot clock into the game, going to the girls' transitional rule of 5 fouls per quarter, on that 5th foul you shoot 2 rather than the 1-on-1. This way, girls, if you foul, a lot of times you're hoping to get the front end of that 1-on-1 missed. Your strategy goes into place in trying to bring games into your control. So going to the 2-shot foul, it's going to be very interesting on how these young coaches are going to handle that transition of this game. All right, we're going to take a break here on the pregame show. It's Dowling and Valley tonight here at the Dowling Gym. Mark Amadale alongside Jimmy Cataldo. We'll come back. We'll have starting lineups and more. Brady Grimm is our studio producer. We appreciate him, and yeah, we appreciate Greg Richwine too after the issues before the game. But we're here, we're ready, and we're about set for tip-off. Stay tuned after these messages here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for programming comes from Klein Electric, a local family-oriented electrical contractor, a 100% employee-owned company with branches across the Midwest to provide comprehensive electrical services. Klein Electric is able to help with any residential and commercial project. Learn more at kleinelectric.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com, 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Caldwell Parish Funeral Home and Crematory. Caldwell Parish offers services that are unique to the individual while following the Catholic funeral rites. Caldwell Parish Funeral Home and Crematory, Des Moines' only Catholic-owned and operated funeral home.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Westgate Dental, offering cosmetic, family, implant, and general dentistry. Located at 1073rd Street, Suite 1 in West Des Moines, just behind Dowling Catholic High School. Learn more at westgatedentalia.com.
Support for programming is provided by Construction Professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. cpcustomhomes.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
This is Dr. David Anders, host of Called to Communion. Join me on Friday, December the 8th at the Embassy Suites for Iowa Catholic Radio's annual dinner in December. Register now at iowacatholicradio.com, and I'll look forward to seeing you in downtown Des Moines.
And welcome back to the Dowling Catholic High School Gym here in West Des Moines. Opening night of the high school boys basketball season and game 3 of the girls basketball season, but it's our opening night here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Mark Amadale alongside Jimmy Cataldo as we get set for Dowling and Valley. The girls game is both teams warming up. We've got a few minutes before introductions by the Denny O'Grady here at Dowling Catholic Gym. And Jimmy, we talked about graduations for both teams a little bit. For Valley, Anna Spain, Maddie Brown, both graduated from last year. That played a lot of minutes for Dowling, losing starters Julia Moore and Lauren Frericks, and Marin Heller, that first sub off the bench. How does that play into this game? I know this is game 3 for the girls, but that rotation that you can count on, they're trying to figure out the pieces of the puzzle.
Well, if you look back at Dowling's program, since Kristen Meyer has got here, there's always been a defensive stopper that she has employed out on the court to really focus on the opponent's best player, shutdown player, very aggressive, up-tempo person. And over the last couple of years, that was Julia Moore. And seeing that Julia is now off to Washington University, she's playing soccer and doing some great things down there. Who does Coach Meyer identify as that one girl that's going to be out there is going to be the defensive stopper that you're going to greatly need as you make this run through a very, very talented Central Iowa?
Yeah, and that'll be interesting. And for Coach Utoff at West Des Moines Valley, his gals, he graduated Bryn Ketcher, who's playing JUCO basketball in Chicago at Morton College, a D2 JUCO team in Chicago, doing very well as Bryn. Anna Spain also playing, she's playing soccer at St. Cloud, Minnesota, St. Cloud State. And then Maddie Brown, who we talked about as a student down at Missouri. So those are 3 gals that he counted on, and he's got a much deeper bench. He's got some young kids up. Valley dresses 6 seniors, 2 juniors, 5 sophomores, and 3 freshmen. So, the youth is still there in some of these teams.
And if you're crazy if you don't think that Valley has this thing scouted out, that how deep or how the lack of how deep Dowling goes. And you're going to see some up-tempo basketball, keep pushing the floor, seeing if you can get Dowling into a track meet, wear them down to hopefully give yourself a chance in the fourth quarter. Because there's one thing I think about the Dowling basketball girls program is very talented, and if they can shoot the 3 and convert the threes, they can beat about anybody in the state.
Before we get started, let's take a look at the Class 5A we'll go with the top 10, if you will. Number 1 team in Class 5A, and the first rankings that came out are the Johnson Dragons, followed by Pleasant Valley at number 2. Dowling Catholic is 3rd, Davenport North 4th, and Yankee Centennial 5th. 6 through 10 is Cedar Falls, West Des Moines Valley at 7, Waukee, Sioux City East, and Waukee Northwest at number 10. And Southeast Polk comes in at number 11. Ankeny is 13th. So just some of the rankings of how deep the CIML is. And we will see these teams not only once, Jimmy, but twice this year as we get set for the starting lineups. They'll be introduced here in the Dowling Gym, and then we will take a break. Again, our supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio include Skeffington's Formal Wear, along with Catholic Tuition Organization, Klein Electric, and Construction Professionals. Let's start with the visitors from West Des Moines Valley. The head coach is Matt Utoff in his 2nd year, 17 wins, 9 losses in his 2 years here at Valley. They come in averaging 58.5 points on offense, giving up 37.5 points on defense. They'll start at 1 guard, Elise Yeager. Yeager is 6'1" senior, averaging 12.5 points, 7.5 rebounds. She'll wear number 5. The other guard is J.C. Lucky, a 5'5" senior, averaging 4.5 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Lucky will wear number 10. The other guard is Avery Moon. Moon, a 5'9" sophomore, averaging 3.5 points, 2 rebounds. She'll wear number 12. And the other guard is Ashley Brown. Brown, a transfer from Waukee Northwest, a 5'9" sophomore, averaging 5.5 points, 3 rebounds, and she'll wear number 22. And finally, Ty Lee White, a 5'10" freshman, averaging 13.5 points, 1.5 rebounds, and she'll wear number 11. So it'll be Yeager, Lucky, White, Moon, and Brown for Valley. Coach Utoff assisted by Denny McDonald, Bert Hansen, Ashley Adams, and Lai Pham. And now for Dowling Catholic, the head coach Kristen Meyer in her 8th year at Dowling, 126 wins, 50 losses. Joel Danner, Audrey Faber on the coaching staff. And the Maroons will start at 1 guard. Ava Zedeker, 5'10" junior, averaging 27 points, 6.5 rebounds, 5 assists, 90% free throw shooter. She'll wear number 13. The other guard is Layla Tritton, a 5'8" junior, a captain along with Zedeker. She wears number 15. She averages 9 points and 2.5 rebounds. At 1 forward, Katie Muller, 5'11" freshman. And the other forward is Ellie Olson, a 5'10" junior, averaging 1 point and 4.5 rebounds. And at center, Ellie Muller. Muller comes in averaging 24 points, 14 rebounds. Dowling comes in averaging 57 points on offense and giving up 42.5 points on defense last year. This year, averaging 68 points on offense and defense. We'll take a break and be back for the tip-off here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Hi, this is Dr. Dan Ryan, president of Dowling Catholic High School, and welcome to another season of exciting Dowling High School basketball. We are proud to be partners with Iowa Catholic Radio, not only broadcasting basketball, but also being partners in preparing Christ-centered leaders for life. Go Maroons!
Hello, my name is Father Reed Flood. Let us pray together for the coaches, players, and trainers for this athletic competition this evening. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for all your gifts. We ask that you bless all those involved in this athletic competition this evening. We ask that you keep them safe and that they show good sportsmanship. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. Saint Sebastian, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com, 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more.
Support for programming comes from Klein Electric, a local family-oriented electrical contractor, a 100% employee-owned company with branches across the Midwest to provide comprehensive electrical services. Klein Electric is able to help with any residential and commercial project. Learn more at kleinelectric.com.
Brightside Aesthetics by Ducharme Dermatology provides advanced and medical aesthetics, body contouring, wellness, and spa services. Learn more at brightsideiowa.com. Thank you, Brightside Aesthetics, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
And welcome back to the Dowling Catholic High School gym alongside Jimmy Cataldo, Mark Amadale, as we get set for Dowling and Valley, the Battle of West Des Moines here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. The girls' game up first as Dowling the home team in both meetings, and Maroons will wear their white home jerseys and maroon numbers, and the Valley Tigers coming in all black with orange trim and white numbers. So that's kind of the tail of the tape there, Mr. Cataldo. And are you looking forward to the boys' game because of the debut of new head coach Justin Einertson? Makes his first official game. He's had some exhibitions and some scrimmages, and your son and you, and I'm sure the parents, are looking forward to Coach Einertson coming over from Des Moines Lincoln, coaching his first Dowling game tonight.
Very, very excited. Boys have played 3 scrimmage games, and it's been interesting to see what kind of culture and kind of play that the boys are instilling under Coach Einertson. So it's going to be a very interesting game. But as you look at this girls' game, Maroons got to get off to a fast start. Hopefully Zedeker and Muller and of course Tritton are ones to really take this team and move them fast. But if you're Valley, control the tempo, try to wear the Maroons out and see if you can get this game into the fourth quarter.
All right, tip is up and controlled by Valley. They go left to right towards the north basket here on this north-south court at the Dowling Catholic Gym here in West Des Moines. Pretty big crowd here underneath. A shot with an underhand by Ashley Brown is partially blocked by Dowling's Muller, and rebound out to Dowling. Underneath, a shot no good by Katie Muller, her sister, and out of bounds too. We're going to give it to Dowling underneath. So we're underway with the block shot to start the game.
Both teams attacking the rim, and your first look here for the Maroons on Caitlin Muller, and she looks to be a very talented young lady, as is her sister.
All right, Zedeker with it is trapped on the baseline, kicks it back out. On the top of the key to Tritton. Now underneath, the ball stolen away. They work it inside. It's stolen away by Valley. Good steal that time by J.C. Lockey. Lockey, one of 6 seniors on this Valley club. She's one of the captains. Elise Yeager, Lockey, and off the bench, Avery Rensburg, the other captain. And a shot on the baseline up and good by the Tigers. Right away, they get a nice shot.
Both teams are playing man-to-man and finding ball screens on offense and trying to get the ball to the rim as the girls, but nice open shot. I believe that was Lockey. Could have been Yeager. freshman White.
Yeah, White made the basket. Okay, Denny O'Grady got it all figured out. They had to get it on the scorebook, and they had to ask the scorebook. And now we've got a timeout. Dowling is Zediker having trouble right in front of the Dowling bench. It'll be 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. 2-0 Valley with the lead on the basket by Ty Lee White, the 5'10 freshman.
Ashley Brown is drawing the defensive assignment on Zediker, and right now he's doing a very, very good job facing off on Zediker. Very frustrating type defense, smothering type defense as Ashley White is playing, and so we look to slow the game down a little bit, try to find ways to get Zediker off a ball screen and her attacking the rim, but also look for the kick-out threes, as we know Trenton can hit from the corners.
Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Bozen the Florist, Ashworth Vision Clinic, and Construction Professionals. Mark Amadale alongside Jimmy Cataldo tonight for Game 1. Mike Swain will join us for Game 2. Three-person crew. This ought to be real interesting. Better keep good stats.
We got to give him a call here pretty soon just to get him off his lazy boy, get him dressed.
Corner three, good by Zediker from the right corner, and Dowling retakes the lead 3-2.
Just what we said, the kick-out three, and this time it's Zediker getting a piece of that into the right corner and drilling her first shot.
Well, Tigers with the ball underneath. Ball slapped away. Avery Moon now kicks it back out. This is Lockie with it. JC on the baseline, kicks it out. Top of the key, it goes to Elise Yeager. Now they work the right corner. Dribbling out of the right corner is Avery Moon. On top of the key to Ashley Brown. The transfer from Waukee Northwest. Corner three, no good by Avery Moon from the left corner by Valley. Rebound Dowling. Here's Zediker in transition, and she draws the foul. Picking up the foul will be Ashley Brown. So Valley with its first foul. And on Brown, her first. That'll be the second team foul on the Tigers. The other foul was on Avery Moon earlier. Again, 5 fouls. The 5th foul in the quarter. Now the ball is deflected on the pass to Muller, and it's over and back. As errant pass that time deflected off of Ellie Muller into the backcourt and picked up by Dowling, but it's over and back.
Zediker trying to come off a top screen by Miller. Got caught up on the feet. Ball hits her and then comes into the backcourt. Front over the back.
Yeah, Valley giving up just 26.5 points on defense this year. Dowling's been averaging 68.5 points offense and defense. Three-pointer top of the key, good. Elise Yeager with the three.
As we talked in the pregame, Yeager's a girl who's standing at 6'1", can shoot the ball from the three-point arc, as we just saw, and knocking it down, but she's also a threat taking the ball to the basket. So very tough assignment by Ellie Muller tonight on Yeager.
Picks up the foul. That's the third team foul on Valley. And again, no 1-and-1s in high school basketball, girls or boys this year. That's the second team foul in each quarter. You shoot 2 the rest of the way. Now Dowling with the ball. Zediker a head fake, dribbles baseline, kicks it up top. Now the Maroons dribble handoff as they finally get it to Muller. This is Katie Muller on the baseline to Ellie Olson. Now to Zediker between the circles in the lane, pulls up a shot. It's no good. Drew the foul, and they are going to get Ashley Brown for her second, I believe, or Lockie.
Going to go on Lockie. Yeah. I think Ashley Brown's playing as good as defense as you can right now. Frustrating for Zediker, but Zediker's finding her way off the dribble drive as the help came by Lockie. Drew the foul on the shot.
Zediker, a 90% free throw shooter, misses the first free throw. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Klein Electric and Construction Professionals. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo. Brady Grimm is our studio producer tonight. Second free throw by Zediker is good. And she has 4 points on the night. 5-4 Valley over Dowling. Tigers in the front court. Left to right in front of us towards the north basket. Now Zediker almost a steal. Dribbling the paint is Brown. Her shot up and good. Ashley Brown avoided Zediker. Dribble drive in the lane and scored.
Ashley Brown, very talented offensive player, averaged 16.5 points last year for Perry. And making her way through 5A right now, playing very well.
Corner three, good once again by Ava Zediker. So Zediker another three. Oh, check that. Muller.
Katie Muller.
Her second three of the year. Timeout. The ball knocked out of bounds. And Valley has it as the Maroons dove for the, I think they had the press on after the made basket.
You know, it's a staple of Coach Meyer's offense is setting your three-point shooters over in the corners, allow your your athletic girls one-on-one dribble drive, and if you give help from the corner, leave that young girl alone in the corners, those girls have knocked down shots time and time again for the Maroons.
First substitution for Valley, it's Lynn Litt, 5'4" senior, wearing number 2 in the lineup. She was the point guard that started last year. In the lane, a shot off balance is no good by the Tigers, Elise Yeager. Dowling the other way, a shot in the lane, no good by Katie Muller. Rebound Valley. Both teams coast to coast. Shot in the lane, no good by Valley, by Brown. Now Brown gets the rebound back. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound Dowling. Katie Muller with the box out. 5'11" freshman. Muller dribble drives. Leaves it in the paint for Tritton. Her shot no good. Rebound Valley. Tigers with the rebound, Elise Yeager. Now they work underneath the Lockey. She posts up underneath her. She can't get the shot to fall, and it goes off of Muller on the rebound as she did not see the basketball. That's talking about Ellie Muller, out of bounds to Valley. What a flurry there. We went coast to coast. Empty possessions for both teams.
Well, empty possessions, but I think Valley has the better of it with that up-tempo run, trying to wear down the Maroons, as the Maroons have now just gone to their bench, bringing in number 33, Macy Harden.
So Macy comes in. Talked to her during one of the football games at halftime about open house. So Macy in the lineup, and now Valley inbounds the ball. Three-pointer good. Lynn Litt, 5'4" senior, with the shot. Gives Valley a 3-point lead, 10-7. With 3.5 minutes to go, first quarter from the Dowling Gym tonight. Place is filling up. This is the top 10 matchup. Valley ranked 7th, Dowling ranked 3rd. The Maroons are 1-1. Underneath, they get it to Muller. Layup good. Good pass by Zedeker, and Ellie Muller finishes. And that's her first bucket of the game.
Great assist by Zedeker, but handling the ball by Ellie Muller down low, and nice, easy layup, converting the 2. Need a lot of that out of her tonight.
Here's Yeager against Muller. Shot up. Shot was blocked, but a foul called on Muller. And Ellie with her first foul. Nice job by Valley's Elise Yeager, not afraid. One of 3 captains on the team, and Elise took it right to the hole. And we'll go to the free throw line for 2. 65
blocks on the year last year for Ellie Muller. So the scouting report would tell you that she's certainly going to go swiping for the ball. And if you can get your hands away from it, draw a lot of fouls, puts her in a lot of foul troubles early.
11-9, first free throw good by Yeager. Second one on the way. Up and good. Yeager with 5 points to lead Valley, and it's 12-9. Tigers with a 3-point lead. Dowling's largest lead was 1. We've been tied twice tonight. Dowling with the basketball in the front court. Here is Zedeker with it. Coming off a ball screen by Ellie Muller. Zedeker down the lane, kicks over in the corner to Katie Muller. Three-pointer missed everything. A rebound out to Valley and Elise Yeager. Down court it goes to Ty Lee White. Her shot up and no good. Rebound slapped around, and Muller comes away with it. This is Katie Muller. Dowling with the ball. Inside to Tritton, has the ball stolen away. The other way we go. Valley in transition, a layup up and good. The old zero step works. Much to the disdain of the Dowling fans, but the basket is good by the Tigers, and a nice move by Ty Lee White, the freshman.
Incredible move. A nice Euro step through the lane and kept her balance and up and underneath for the layup.
Cold shooting by Dowling. The Maroons miss another layup. Rebound Valley. Tigers by 5 here in this girls contest. Minute 50 to go in the first quarter. 14-9 Valley. Here's Litt with it. Tries to dump it off to White and had to go retrieve it. Both teams have been man-to-man the whole contest thus far. Now a step back 3 by White. Partially blocked. Rebound Muller. This is Ellie with it. Outlet pass to Zedeker. Dowling with the ball. Minute 30 to go. Zedeker, 3-point line extended. Spread in the court. Zedeker at the elbow has the ball stolen away. Stolen away by Valley. Tigers with it. Underneath is Carrie Rose. Layup good. Carrie Rose with the basket. Stealing basket. And the Tigers are now leading 16-9. 7-point lead for Valley. Minute 10 to go. There's Katie Muller. Dribble drives. Underhand shot good. Right around Avery Moon.
Freshman make an impact early. Katie Muller on one end and White on the other. Young freshmen making impacts in a 5A game. It's incredible.
Certainly is. 16-11, Valley. 50 seconds to go. Long three by Eager is good. That's her second of the night. She's got 8 points. 19-11, Valley by 8, their largest lead of the contest. 40 seconds to play in the quarter.
Just bringing Ellie Muller out from underneath the basket. She doesn't like doing that, but that's what Jaeger is going to do, and she knocks down those shots.
All right, here's Muller with the basketball out to Zedeker. Zedeker held 2. 4 points here in this first quarter. Bruins work the baseline, get it to Tritton. They reverse the right side to Zedeker. A dribble. And now she pulls it up on the baseline, kicks it back out. This is Katie Muller. In the lane as the ball stripped away. Another steal by Valley. Great job that time by Avery Moon. Tigers now with 2 seconds. A corner three up and no good. And we've come to the end of the first quarter with the score. The Valley Tigers 19, Dowling Catholic 11. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, I'm Mark Amadale. We'll return with the second quarter in 1 minute on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
That the Holy Eucharist is more than a mere symbolic reminder, but the actual body and blood of Christ. Of course, the Eucharist still looks and tastes like normal bread and wine, but a miraculous change takes place that our eyes cannot perceive. Throughout history, however, God has sometimes worked Eucharistic miracles, in which the Eucharist physically appears as flesh and blood. One of the most famous such events occurred in the year 700 AD at Lanciano, Italy. During Mass one day, a monk who had been doubting his faith was shocked as the bread and wine suddenly changed into flesh and blood before his very eyes. News of the miracle spread rapidly, and the miraculous flesh and blood have been preserved to this day in the Church. In the 1970s, this same flesh and blood were submitted to rigorous scientific examinations. The studies determined that they contained no preservatives. The flesh was of human heart tissue, while the blood was human blood type AB. It was also noted that the receptacle that contained them for centuries had not been hermetically sealed, meaning that they had been exposed to the elements and otherwise would have decayed within days. The study concluded that there was no scientific possibility of fraud, confirming the belief of the faithful that the Eucharistic miracle of Lanciano was authentic. This is Greg Ewell for Faith Check.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo, bringing you game 1 of our girl-boy doubleheader. And it's Valley leading Dowling 19-11. Tigers come in with a record of 2-0 with wins over Cedar Rapids teams in the early season before the Thanksgiving holiday. Wins over Cedar Rapids, Washington, and Cedar Rapids, Kennedy. Dowling going 1-1 in the Minneapolis tournament. And the Maroons have the ball to start the second quarter. A long three up and rolls through. How about that? As Dowling gets the roll, Macy Herndon with her first 3 points of the night off the bench. That's her.
It's Macy's first basket of the year. If you look at the stats from
that's her third three of the year. But Valley comes back the other way and scores. So it's 21-14. Valley by 7. Now the Bruins facing a little zone here. 2-3 zone by Valley.
Valley came out into the second quarter, tried to mix it up a little bit with Dowling, forced them into their three-point shooting. With Ellie Muller on the bench, it's tough to get the ball inside.
Avery Moon with that last basket. Dowling works underneath. A shot no good by Ellie Olson. And the rebound comes out to Valley. Tigers in the front court. Dowling will stay man-to-man. Bruins going with their starting 5-1, I should mention. It's 4 starters, and then they have, as we talked about earlier, Herndon hit that 3, so Herndon gets to start. Underneath, the shot with the left hand no good by Kendall McDaniel, the transfer from Indianola with the miss. And the rebound, Dowling. 21-14, Dowling trails by 7. Valley still in that 2-3 zone. They're going to keep it with the zone change tempo a little bit here, well, Jimmy.
It's not a bad move with Ellie Muller being on the bench, but now, excuse me, Ellie comes into the game.
For her sister.
Probably going to come out of that zone and go back to man.
Yeah, Katie Muller has a seat on the bench, so it's Ellie Olson, Ava Zedeker, Layla Tritton, Ellie Muller, and Macy Herndon, the 5 on the floor for Dowling. For Valley, Elin Litt gets the second quarter start. And they're going to rotate. Let's see. That'll be Ashley Brown. The transfer from Waukee Northwest will be on Zedeker. Dowling works underneath. A shot off the glass too strong. And Muller with the rebound and draws the foul. That would be Ellie Muller. And the foul on Valley's Kendall McDaniel. That'll be her first. As they reset the team fouls again, so foul number 1 in this second quarter.
Number 1, Ellie Muller had the ball at the baseline, had a really good look at her first look, a little too strong, but gets her rebound and draws the foul in the second time.
Muller's free throw no good. Struggling at the line this year. She's now 7 of 14 at the free throw line, 50%, whereas a year ago she was a 72% free throw shooter. Volleyball sometimes have an effect on that. Volleyball and football affects shooting. I've always said that.
It gets you out of the gym where a lot of kids live in the off seasons. And
yeah, I say that, folks. I'm sitting next to a football coach, so he knows what I'm talking about.
Multi-sport athletes.
Yes, multi-sport. Now we got a whistle and a foul. That'll be Zedeker. Great job of setting the screen by Elise Yeager, and Zedeker now with her first foul. That'll be the first team foul on Dowling here in the second quarter as we reset the fouls.
Just some early observations by this Dowling team. You see that Macy Harnden seems to be that Julia Moore type player, the defensive stopper that we were looking for during the pregame. Certainly an up-tempo, strong young lady. She's drawn the defensive assignment on Lit.
Valley with the basketball. They work it inside. A shot up and rolls through. It's good. Kendall McDaniel, the transfer from Indianola, shoots and scores. That is her first 2 points of the contest, 23-14. Valley's largest lead is 9 with 5:30 left to go second quarter here in the first half.
Valley jumps back into their zone defense.
And now a bad pass by the Maroons as Tritton's pass stolen away by the Tigers. Here's Avery Moon with it. Down the lane she goes, works against Katie Mueller and can't get off a shot. Kick it back out to Tylee White. She dribbles baseline, almost loses the basketball, puts up a shot, good. Very impressed by Tylee White. Showed us the Euro step earlier, and now the basket there, and she's got 6 points.
Very controlled, especially in traffic. A lot of body, but kept her balance and got a nice, easy two-foot shot.
All right, here is Mueller with the basketball, and she tries to get the ball inside to her teammate, and the ball is off the back of the leg of Valley, and a timeout by Dowling. So Maroons don't like this scenario. 25-14 Valley by 11. We'll take a 1-minute break with 4:56 to go. 4:56 left to play second quarter. It's 25-14 Valley leading Dowling on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from the Catholic Tuition Organization. Reduce or eliminate your Iowa income tax and instead give to the Catholic Tuition Organization and receive 75% Iowa tax credits. These tax credits are going fast, so reserve yours today and learn more about the Catholic Tuition Organization at ctoiowa.org. ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their futures.
Catholic Tuition Organization, a great investment in our kids. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Westgate Dental, offering cosmetic, family, implant, and general dentistry. Located at 1073rd Street, Suite 1 in West Des Moines, just behind Dowling Catholic High School. Learn more at westgatedentalia.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One. We all want to live our best life. That's why Mercy One offers compassionate, personalized care when and where you need it. Schedule online at mercyone.org.
Hey, welcome back to the Dowling Gym. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo is Dowling with the ball, and a whistle and a foul on Valley. They'll get Ashley Brown with her second foul, and she'll go to the bench. She was a young lady guarding Ava Zedeker, Dowling's leading scorer, so that'll result in somebody else doing it or staying in zone. Jimmy?
Staying in zone, but you got to love what Coach Utoff is doing right now is constantly bringing in new bodies and keeping a rotation to keep fresh girls on the court to be able to switch up your man-to-man, your zone, and things like that.
William Dotson, Johnny Getting, and Tyler Wellendorf are our three officials tonight. State tournament crew. Now Dowling with the ball out of the timeout. Corner three by Tritton is no good. And a rebound out to Valley. And Carrie Rose with the rebound, wearing number 3. Carrie, a 5'7" sophomore. Her dad, Brad, is the athletic director at Valley. And here are the Tigers in their front court with 20 on the shot clock. We haven't talked anything about the shot clock. Long three, good by Rose. Boy, she plays a mean second base, and she can shoot the three.
Well, and that's what the Tigers are doing right now is they're knocking down their shots, which allows them to set up whatever defense they want to do because the Maroons are not able to get out on transition.
All right, Dowling with the basketball. Top of the key, it's Katie Muller. Valley now back to man-to-man. And Ava Zediker not in there right now for Dowling as she is on the bench. Now backdoor cut by Ellie Muller. And the pass from Layla Tritton stolen away by Valley. Now stolen back by Dowling. As Harnden comes up with it, Macy with it, and we got an injured player by Valley on the floor and a timeout called by the referees with 3 minutes, 40 seconds to go here in the second quarter. 28-14, Valley with its largest lead of 14 points. They have doubled the score on the Maroons here in this first half. And they've done it methodically. It's not been an up-tempo-ish game. Really, the shot clock hasn't been in effect either. But your thoughts, Jimmy?
Valley's knocking down their shots. If it's a 2-foot shot or a 15-foot shot, they're knocking down their shots, which is consistently keeping this lead apart. Being able to come down, set up whatever defense they want. If it's a zone, man-to-man, which is causing some confusion with the Maroons because you're setting up your offense, not quite understanding what kind of defense is coming against you, and so the Maroons are not able to get out in transition. They're having to slow things down.
Well, injury is to J.C. Lockey, injured left ankle, and she's going to be helped off. Sarah Mashad, the Dowling trainer, with the Valley coaching staff assisting her. She had that hip surgery back 2 years ago at Christmas, and she's a soccer player, going to play soccer at the next level, but rolled her left ankle, and you can see her hobble off, and that's 2 down for Valley because they lost Brown with foul trouble, and now Lockey's out. So
that's one of the things that's nice to have a deep bench is that you can certainly dig a little bit deeper and find the matchups you want, and Valley certainly has a few girls who can come off the bench and contribute.
They do, and underneath, Dowling works the inside the Muller, layup good. Great pass from the Muller sisters, Katie to her big sister Ellie, and Ellie with her 4th point. And it's 28-16, Valley by 12. That happened at about the 3:30 mark. And now underneath, the Tigers working inside.
Teardrop by Litt, just an incredible runner, real high arcing shot, and hits the bottom of the net. Very, very talented.
Litt with her 5th point. Dowling underneath, they get it inside to Muller, and Ellie with another shot.
Finding different success, getting Muller the ball. Attacking the basket, finding her, or dribble drive, finding her around the rim. And so far, Ellie Muller is contributing around the basket, which is a big thing for the Maroons.
Tigers with it. Dowling stays man-to-man. They try a lob inside. It's stolen away and tipped away by Ellie Muller. Dowling the other way in transition. Here's Olsen with it. Back out to Zediker, who's back in. 3-pointer up, left wing, no good. Ball slapped around, and Yeager with the rebound, and a 30-second timeout called by head coach Matt Utoff of Valley with 2:25 to go in the first half. 30-18, Valley by 12. Tigers have led by as many as 14. Dowling trying to make the comeback, get it to single digits maybe by halftime here, Jimmy.
Well, they're going to have to spend a lot of energy on the defensive end of the court, which, when you're a short team, don't go very deep into your bench. You try to conserve energy the best you can, and you like to put all your energy on the offensive side, but seeing that Valley is having their way with the Maroons on their offensive side of the basket or the court, the Maroons got to spend a lot of energy playing better defense. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Skeffington's Formal Wear, along with the Catholic Tuition Organization and Klein Electric. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo, Brady Grimm, our studio producer. Game 1 of our girls and boys basketball doubleheader, the opening night on Iowa Catholic Radio. It's game 3 for these ladies here as Valley comes in with a record of 2-0, Dowling 1-1. The boys will have their season opener, and we'll have that game coming up after this. And underneath, a shot no good. Muller with the block, but a foul called on Muller. That'll be her second. And to the free throw line, Elise Yeager, who had all 8 of her points in the first quarter. This is the first time that she's at the line here in the second quarter. So the Maroons have kind of identified her a little bit. Well, taking the ball to the basket on Muller. Again, she's somebody who's going to try to block shots, and if she's going to learn at a young age, she's tall and lengthy. If she can stay straight up and really contest a shot that way, I think she's going to have more success rather than finding some foul trouble. She has her second foul here in the first half with just over 2 minutes to play.
Ellie Moeller, 65 blocks last year in 25 games. Amazing. Second free throw is no good. Rebound Dowling. Olsen with the rebound. As Jaeger now 3 out of 4 at the line tonight. The other way we go. Dowling puts the ball underneath, and the shot is no good. Whistle and a foul on Carrie Rose. That'll be her first foul for the 5'7" sophomore, sending Zedeker to the line. And Ava tonight had that three-pointer and a free throw and held to 4 points thus far, but goes to free throw line here.
You know, much different than what she's been contributing over the first 2 games of the year. First game against that Providence Academy, scored 32 points, and then against Hopkins, she contributed 23. So she's scoring deep into the numbers, and she's going to get frustrated if she's not finding her open shots. But she's got to stay composed, let things come to her, and be that person when it's time to convert.
Zedeker makes both free throws. She has 6 points tonight. It's 31-20. Valley by 11. Now 15 on the shot clock. This might be as deep as it's gone in the shot clock, Jimmy. And now baseline for Valley. A shot up and taken away by Dowling, as the shot is no good by Avery Moon. Now Dowling the other way, and they shoot and score in transition.
Another talented transition by Katie Muller, and young freshman with her left hand. Very controlled, very smooth, but converting the 2-point shot.
Muller now with 7 points for the freshman, as you mentioned. 31-22. Dowling has cut the lead to 9. Three-pointer no good by Valley. Jaeger misses. Dowling with the rebound. Now a three-pointer by Katie Muller is no good from the right baseline. As the Maroons come out shooting. Rebound Valley and Lynn Litt. Litt now backs up Herndon. Fadeaway jumper no good. Rebound Zedeker. And now with ball out of bounds as Zedeker ran right into Elise Jaeger. Officials say nothing. Out of bounds off Jaeger. So it'll be Dowling basketball. 57 seconds remaining here in the first half. Jimmy.
Last 3 possessions, the Maroons have really intensified their defense, really forced contested shots by Valley, which have been kind of throwing them up and not hitting much. And I think that's right now the recipe to their success is really contesting on the defensive side.
Valley in a little 2-1-2. They trap the ball on in the corners. Coach Utah pulling that out here at the end of the quarter. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Herndon with it. Macy looking to drive, gets to Zedeker, dribbles baseline, spins. Now leaves it for Muller for 3. It's no good. And the rebound Valley and Jaeger. Tigers wanted a travel by Zedeker, but she just muffed the basketball. Now a long 3 by Valley. It's no good by Rose. Rebound Dowling. 10 seconds to play. Here's Zedeker with it. Ava double team. Looking for a cutter. Swings it out to Muller. Katie in the lane. Her shot up and no good. Gets her own rebound. Reverse layup good. And that's how the half will end. Katie Muller reverse layup. As she has 9 points to lead Dowling here at halftime. But Valley leads it 31-24 over Dowling Catholic here at halftime. Jimmy?
Well, the game was starting to get away from the Maroons, and then they intensified their defense, really forced Valley into some awkward shots, which they really needed to get done because Valley was making everything. But then the transition that the Maroons have been having in the young freshman, Katie Muller, coming up big in her first official Iowa game in Class 5A.
Halftime score, it's Valley 31, Dowling 24 in this top 10 matchup. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo here at halftime at the Dowling Gym. We'll take a 1-minute break and return with our halftime guest, the brand new head boys basketball coach at Dowling Catholic will join us. Justin Einerson will preview his first game here at Dowling after this timeout on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Thought of the Day with Monsignor Frank Bagnano.
Over the years, people have asked me about prayer. What is prayer? I like to quote one of the great women spiritual masters of the church, St. Theresa of Avila. She describes prayer as a loving conversation with the one who I know loves me. It's love talk with God. With the eyes of faith, I see His acts of love in my daily life. Love draws love. I spontaneously want to love Him in return. So when I pray, first thing I do, I thank God for His love. I spend time simply saying, I love you too. Secondly, I try to listen to God's words, His inspirations, ideas, usually by prayerfully reading the scriptures. And finally, I ask for His support and guidance. Try praying like that. Thank, listen, ask. A great formula for prayer. And that is today's thought of the day.
And welcome back to the Dowling Catholic Gym. Mark Himadale, Jimmy Cataldo here at halftime of the girls contest. And Valley leads Dowling 31-24 as we're here at halftime totaling up some of the numbers. And now joined by the brand new head boys basketball coach at Dowling Catholic, Justin Einertson. Justin, thanks for joining us here. Sorry about the company that I travel with. You know, I know you're used to seeing these guys, and one of your parents is right here, but just
one of the good ones. Well, they're all good ones.
Oh, no. You don't want to go there.
Still trying to win brownie points.
Very objective over here.
First game here at Dowling, official game. You had a scrimmage with Des Moines North. You've had a few scrimmages, but we talked halftime of one of the football games this year, and here it is tonight. It's Dowling Valley. You're welcome to the rivalry.
Yeah, it's great. We're almost at 6 months of my time here, and this has been circled on the calendar the whole time. Obviously, I've always had a lot of respect for this place and this rivalry, and couldn't be more excited to be a part of it.
You talked about getting the Dowling boys basketball job as a dream job.
Yep.
And now this is a guy who comes from Wisconsin, Packer heaven and all that stuff, but came here, Grandview University, went back, and then came back and married your bride, Britt, and was over at Des Moines Lincoln. That was your first head job, and now didn't know you were looking. I thought, if anything, you'd go back and coach in Wisconsin where your dad and grandfather are back here. What does that mean, your dream job here at Dowling?
Well, there's two things, and I got to be honest, and anybody who's married someone from Iowa who's not from Iowa knows this. When you marry a woman from Iowa, you are now an Iowan. Very hard to get them out of here. But honestly, we had a couple of opportunities to go up to Wisconsin, and we love our church. It's been a huge part of our life. This was one of those opportunities that we always had our eye on, and if it wasn't this one, I don't know where we'd be. But I'm very, very happy to be here. It's been an awesome 6 months. Teaching here has been a dream. I see Paul over there working on graphics right next to you is one of my students, and just great kids all over the place. So I just can't say enough about the Dowling community, and my time has been very pleasant so far.
I'm amazed at, as you mentioned, you've been here 6 months, but a lot has happened. You've got these kids involved in the off season. I know kids are multi-sport athletes around Dowling and all high schools, but the ones that weren't out for other sports, you really had them involved with different things.
Well, actually, Dante is one of the ones that really sticks out. So we had a group that was playing football and baseball. Dante was playing football, obviously, doing his football stuff in summer. But we also had Joe Broderick, Cole Southard, Jackson Trine, Nick Frericks, who was playing football and baseball. And they were coming to all of our 6 a.m. stuff and working with us. They're doing non-contact drills all summer long, and then going to their practices, and then lifting to start the day at 6 a.m. and sometimes leaving at like noon when I was leaving after camp. So it's hard to explain to people who don't understand what a Dowling kid is like and what a Dowling athlete is like. It's a college level type of focus that they have, and it's fun. It reminds me a lot of my time at Grandview with how focused these kids are on being good at everything that they dip their toes in.
And that's right, and that's what, being a parent of it is you try to get these kids to understand that, focusing on one sport maybe isn't the best thing for you, but being broadened in so many sports that it does help you become better in each individual sport. You may not be the person that's the superstar, but it's certainly you are an effective and hopefully a recruited high school athlete. But I go down to the fact that, if this was easy, everybody would be doing it. Coming to Dowling, what has been the biggest challenges you've seen in your first 6 months and trying to get things rolling in the way you see or envisioned it? What's been the biggest challenge for you so far?
That's a tough question. Honestly, it's deciding who can play. It's probably that, which is the best challenge I could possibly have. Talent-wise, I thought when we came here that they might have been a little bit undervalued. And then after about 2 weeks, I'm like, wow, we're really undervalued. And with the work that these guys put in, there's probably 10 to 12 guys that really deserve to play at the varsity level, but we play in the CIML, so that's a tough thing to explain. We started our junior program, which is really junior varsity, but it's our entire junior class that's returned, that's on that team and playing on that team. And the purpose is, we want those guys to be ready to play varsity. We don't just want them to disappear into the student section their senior year. So I'd say that's been the biggest challenge. And again, that's the perfect challenge for a coach. You want to have position battles, and we have a lot of them.
Visit with Justin Einertson, the brand new boys basketball coach at Dowling. He'll make his debut here following the girls game here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Halftime, and the Valley Tigers lead Dowling 31-24 in the girls contest. Justin, you told me when I talked to you earlier, you want to play fast, kind of like being that NBA. You're an NBA guy, but you want these kids to play fast, which we've seen the CIML, as you talked about. A lot of athletes playing at the next level. I mean the next level. We see it all over. But your thoughts on that? High school is kind of, you got to adapt to who you have. Sometimes you have blessed with height. Sometimes you're a quick team. And kind of explain that to our listeners.
It's a pretty athletic group that we have right now. And, you think about Joe Broderick playing the 5. That's about as fast end-to-end as you could be at the 5 spot. And sometimes it's hard to slow him down. It's a good thing we have walls on both ends just in case he can't put the brakes on. But, I really believe we're going to be a good defensive team, I believe. If we're good, it's going to be because of our defense. If we can turn that into easy looks, that's going to be the best possible situation for us. Half-court offense is going to be a little bit of a building. We'll build over the season. Some of these concepts are still brand new. We've been working on them for 6 months, but they're still brand new. So as we go, I would expect us to get a lot better at the half-court offense. But right now, getting stops and turning them into good looks or disadvantages in transition is going to be what it's all about.
So 7 years at Lincoln, seeing Valley on your first high school night here at Dowling is nothing new to you. What's the 1 or 2 things that you want to hopefully learn about your team by the end of this night?
Yeah, well, I think just being able to stay yourself in the moment. I think we're a good gap defensive team. I think we can keep the ball in front, and I think we can rebound. Can we still do that with the stands full? Can we still do that playing a time of day that we haven't even practiced yet? Those are all the things that you want to see if you're still the same team regardless of the situation. I don't worry much about the offensive end because our system is pretty simplified right now, and I think our guys are comfortable with it. But just making sure that you are yourself and you're going to be willing to take a punch and give a couple back.
Well, Coach, we wish you the best of luck. We look forward to talking to you following the game if that's possible. And, of course, you have, 10 seniors on this club. They graduated 6 seniors from last year, so very experienced as far as knowledge, but the new system. And
most mature team I've been around since my college days.
Wow.
For sure.
Hey, by the way, Mr. Cataldo, this guy did color for me down at Grandview University. One of the top color guys I've ever had. I'm just going to throw that out there right now.
Yeah, did he always talk over you during those days? Because I find myself he's always talking over me.
No, that's a good thing. Thanks, guys.
Justin, thank you. Justin Einertson, first-year head boys basketball coach here at Dowling Catholic. I had to get that in. I had to get that in, especially with you sitting here. We'll take a break. It's Valley leading at halftime of the girls contest in a top 10 matchup, 31-24, Valley over Dowling. Second half coming up. We'll take a 1-minute break on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Every person in the world is actually Catholic. I am Father Thomas J. Loya with the Theology of the Body moment for the Tabor Life Institute. Catholic is really about the invisible made visible through the physical. Nowhere is this more true than in our human bodies. Pope John Paul II said that the body and it alone makes visible what is invisible. But so can bread or wine make visible what is invisible. So can water, oil, a candle, an icon, or incense. Furthermore, so does a birthday cake, a flag, or a Christmas tree. Physical things enable us to touch invisible realities. Catholics do not have to convert anyone. All we have to do is remind everyone that they have been Catholic all along, simply by the fact that everyone has a physical body. And the theology of that body makes an invisible God visible. To find out more about the theology of the body, visit taborlife.org. taborlife.org.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym, underway in the second half. Dowling girls and the Valley gals. Top 10 matchup. It's third-ranked Dowling, seventh-ranked Valley in Class 5A. Opening night here on Iowa Catholic Radio, but it's game 3 for the girls. As in the lane, Dowling with the ball, shot no good by Zedeker, and rebounded by Valley. As we'll get our first half statistics from the one and only Mr. Jimmy Cataldo here when we get a first dead ball as the teams switch sides. Valley in their road black uniforms, orange numbers, a little bit of white trim. Dowling in their home white uniforms, maroon numbers and letters. And now a long three by Yeager. It's no good from the top of the key, out of bounds to Dowling as Valley goes right to left towards the south basket, and it'll be Dowling basketball. I see you still have the calculator out, so I'll kill some time here, Jimmy, if you don't mind.
I think I got it. So
go ahead.
Maroons in the first half go 6 of 13 from the field, 46%, 3 of 8 from the three-point arc, 12 total rebounds and 8 turnovers for Valley in the first half, 7 of 15 from the field, 46%, 4 of 10 from 3, 11 total rebounds and just 2 turnovers.
All right, for Dowling, it's Ellie Olson, Katie Moeller, Ava Zedeker, Layla Tritton, and Ellie Moeller, the 5 on the floor for the Maroons. And now down the lane, Katie Moeller has the ball stripped away. The other way we go, Valley with the ball. Here's Litt with it, layup good.
Yeah, one of the things we saw out of the Maroons in the first quarter, 5 turnovers, really cost them a big lead. But with the transition that they're playing now, not allowing Valley to get back, Zedeker to young Katie Moeller for the 2.
And Katie Moeller had 9 points at halftime, now has 11 to lead Dowling. 33-26 as Zedeker with just 6 points at halftime comes in averaging 27 points. See if she can get on track. 33-26 our current score. Corner 3 by the Maroons, no good by Katie Moeller, and the ball goes out of bounds. Valley on the rebound, and they lose it. And that was Ashley Brown, who's playing with 2 fouls on the turnover. Dowling basketball, Jimmy.
You can kind of see the makeup of this Dowling girls team and where Zedeker is going to find her shots, and they're going to defend her every night, and she's going to have to play through that, much like Caitlin Clark did when she was here. I mean, she just created their own shots, and I see that a lot in Ava. She's going to have to work her feet to create shots as she did there.
There's Zedeker on the baseline, shot up and good right over Carrie Rose of Valley. So Ava with her 8th point of the contest. Dowling went 3 of 6 at the free throw line in the first half. Valley with 3 of 4. Top of the key for 3, good! That's Elise Yeager with her 3rd 3 of the night, and she now has 12 points.
Great set play by Valley with Litt driving the lane, pushing Ellie Moeller to help her, and then the kick out 3 for Yeager.
And now inside it was Zedeker on the right block, posting up Rose. Her shot off the glass too strong. Rebound Valley. 36-28, Valley by 8 over Dowling, and now reverse layup, no good by the Tigers. Rebound Litt. Elin will dribble between the circles and set the Valley offense. Dowling staying man-to-man. We saw a little bit of zone by Valley in the first half. Lob pass inside to Yeager, layup good. They lobbed it right over Ellie Olson.
Katie Moeller on the back end of that just wasn't there to provide help to Ellie Olson, who's trying hard to keep Yeager out of the block.
And now inside, Ellie Moeller has the ball stolen away. Valley goes down court, and Rose loses it out of bounds as we're playing fast basketball here in the third quarter.
Probably the tempo that the Maroons would like to play more. Keep Valley away from playing their defense, which has been very suffocating, with Litt drawing the defensive assignment right now on Zedeker.
38-28, Valley by 10. Tigers have led by 14 in the first half. And, of course, we haven't seen J.C. Lockey come back after that ankle injury, number 10 for the Tigers. Corner 3 by Zedeker is good. That is her second 3 of the night. And she has 11 points in double figures for the Maroons. 38-31, Valley by 7. Tigers with it in the half court. They lob it inside to Yeager. Spins against Moore. Layup good. And Moore lets her turn and shoot with the left hand.
It's just Yeager is so strong, be it outside the three-point arc or forcing away in the block and using her strength there on Moeller and converting the layup.
All right, here's Zedeker coming off a Moeller screen. Dribbles down. Layup no good off the glass. Ellie Moeller with the rebound. Put back the left hand. No good. Yeager swipes the rebound for Valley. 40-31, Tigers by 9. 3:20 to go, third quarter. Boys game to follow here on Iowa Catholic Radio, so stay tuned. This place is packed. Three-pointer, top of the key, good. And Yeager is lit up. That is her 19th point.
Got to get out of that defense as the Maroons are forcing Litt to her left, forcing the dribble drive. and giving it to her, forcing Muller to come off, and Jaeger's just hitting those top of the key shots.
Katie Muller for three in the corner. It's no good. Rebound, Jaeger. Outlet pass to White. She can't handle it as Dowling gets back on defense. Here's Brown in the lane with the left-hand layup. Good. Ashley Brown with her 4-point. Timeout, Dowling. And the Tigers now have extended their lead to 14 points with 2:46 to go here in the third quarter. 45-31. Timeout by the Maroons. This will be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo, and Jimmy a chance to reflect a little bit. You mentioned some of the statistics, but this is a Valley team that is shooting lights out, and they're getting after it.
Just one of the things that you kind of pick up, especially as you're trying to pass to your shooters. Well, if you're a shooter, you're getting a pass thrown to you, you like it in a certain spot that continues your jump shot. You don't want any hesitation, throwing it in front of you. And just the Maroons are missing that pass by about 6 inches. And the ball kicking out to Zedeker. She's getting the ball kind of off of her shot focus and forcing an atypical shot. Some of the things that you got to look for with the Maroons is feed the pass to the shooter in the spot they want the ball. I always knew where the shooters like to have the ball because you want them to have no hesitations when they have the jump shots. And right now the Maroons are missing that spot about 6 inches.
As far as foul trouble here, Ava Zedeker for Dowling has 2 fouls, and Ashley Brown, who made that last basket for Valley, has 2 fouls. Everybody else is pretty straight up. No team fouls, and we played over a half of the third quarter with 2:46 to go. Nobody has a team foul here.
I think officials are doing a great job letting both teams play through some contact. Nothing really egregious contact, which has been good by both defensive teams.
State tournament officials, William Dotson, Johnny Getting, and Tyler Wellendorf. Dowling got the ball out of the timeout. Maroons substitute Macy Harnden in for Ellie Olsen. A long shot up and no good. Rebound Valley. Tigers get in the front court immediately, but Dowling gets back. And now here is White for 3. It's no good. Ellie Muller, rebound for Dowling. The other way we go. Here's Zedeker in the open court. Now getting back is Brown, who's guarding her right now. Dowling now works on the perimeter. 3-pointer up, no good by Layla Tritton. Offensive rebound, Katie Muller. Dowling keeps possession. Muller underneath and draws the foul. And that'll be on Kendall McDaniel, her second, out of bounds to Dowling.
Maroons just struggling from the 3-point arc. I believe right now they're 3 of 18, and it's just, they got to hit those shots. They're going to find their open shots through their dribble drives. Tonight they're just not falling for them, as we've seen throughout the first 3 quarters.
Dowling inbounds the ball as Tritton throws it in. It's to Harnden. Now to Katie Muller. Now to her sister Ellie, top of the key. Valley in a little zone here. It's 2-3 zone. Corner 3 by Katie Muller, no good. And the drought continues from outside the arc. Rebound Valley. 45-31 Tigers. Minute 35 to go. Third quarter in a packed house here at the Dowling gym. Here's McDaniel with it for Valley. Out to Brown. Ashley, the transfer from Waukee Northwest. Dribble handoff in the corner, 2. Carrie Rose. Back to Brown. Brown wants to shoot the 3, can't. Gets it inside to McDaniel. Scoop shot up and good, right underneath Ellie Muller. And McDaniel with her second basket tonight. She has 4 points.
Daniel using her body really well through her pivot steps and getting a nice open look layup and converting, pushing the lead to 16.
Dowling with the ball, 2-3 zone by Valley. Corner 3, good by Harnden. Macy Harnden with her second 3 of the night. She's got 6 points off the bench. 47-34 Valley. As the Tigers did lead by 16 at one point before that 3 by Harnden, and Valley with the ball. Dowling stays man-to-man. With the ball is lit. Top of the key for 3, up and left it short. Might have been partially blocked that time by Layla Tritton. Rebound Dowling.
That's when the Maroons got to work their transition. Don't allow Valley to set up their zone, which they slow it up about half court, and Valley jumps into that zone, which has caused the Maroons some issues.
Katie Muller fakes a 3 in the left corner. Now leaves it to Tritton, to Ellie Muller from the free throw line. It's no good. Jump ball called on the rebound. Good hustle that time by Dowling, and Macy Harnden getting after it. And a jump ball, and a held ball rather. It'll be Dowling basketball underneath their own basket. Substitution is Tylee White, the freshman for Valley, will check out. And checking back in, Elise Yeager. She didn't need much of a breather, but she's back in. They lob it inside to Moeller. Layup is good at the buzzer. Ellie Moeller shoots and scores. That is her 8th point of the night. And we've come to the end of the third quarter with the score. Valley 47, Dowling 36. Alongside Jimmy Cataldo, I'm Mark Amadale. And we'll return to the Dowling Gym for the fourth quarter in 1 minute on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for programming comes from Klein Electric, a local family-oriented electrical contractor, a 100% employee-owned company with branches across the Midwest to provide comprehensive electrical services. Klein Electric is able to help with any residential and commercial project. Learn more at kleinelectric.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com, 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more.
Brightside Aesthetics by Ducharme Dermatology provides advanced and medical aesthetics, body contouring, wellness, and spa services. Learn more at brightsideiowa.com. Thank you, Brightside Aesthetics, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
And welcome back to the Dowling Catholic High School Gym. Opening night of the high school girls and boys basketball season here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. In game one right now, we start the fourth quarter. Valley 47, Dowling Catholic 36, a matchup of top 10 teams in Class 5A. Valley ranked 7th, Dowling 3rd, and the Maroons trailing by 11 as Valley jumped out to a 19-11 first quarter lead. Dowling outscoring the Tigers 13-12 in the second quarter. Valley led by 7 at halftime, 31-24, but Valley outscored Dowling 16-12 in that third quarter, Jimmy, to take the lead, and now they have the ball. And now Yeager underneath, her shot up, and good. Went right around Ellie Moeller, and Yeager having a night. That's her 21st point.
They outscored Dowling in that third quarter just by that. It's getting the ball down low to their stronger bigs and them converting on some good, talented moves to the basket, high percentage shots.
For the Maroons, they have the basketball. This is Moeller with it. Ellie down the lane, shot up, partially blocked that time by Yeager. Rebound out to Valley and Elin Litt.
You got to give credit to Valley's defense tonight, really causing the Maroons.
Now underneath, Litt with the reverse layup. It's no good as she went right around Dowling's Katie Moeller. Rebound comes out to Dowling on the missed shot. Tigers by 13. Dowling with the ball. They haven't seen much of the shot clock tonight be a factor, and fouls. Both teams with no fouls as we start the fourth quarter. Underneath, the layup, good! That's Yeager with the layup as she got around Ellie Olson. 23 points for Elise Yeager. She runs the floor, she can shoot the half-court offense, and she can knock down the three when she needs to. Here's Moeller with it. This is Katie Moeller, the freshman. Older sister Ellie, a sophomore, now at 6'1", and now Zediker with it. Now on the corner, Olson for three, missed everything. Elise with the, Ellie Moeller with the rebound, but they're going to have a tie-up on the floor with Kendall McDaniel. And it'll be Dowling basketball as Layla Tritton will check out, and checking in will be Macy Harnden, who has 6 points off the bench for Dowling. Jimmy?
You're just seeing some atypical play. Ellie Olson is not the girl you want taking a shot in the corner. You don't want Ellie Moeller dribbling around the perimeter and then trying to find an open lane. It's just some things that Valley has done to really force the Maroons into a offense that they're not used to running.
Whistling a foul on Valley. Ashley Brown has picked up her third foul as Zediker tried to get around here on the inbounds pass. Picked through the foul. It's the first team foul of the fourth quarter as we reset the fouls. New rule in high school basketball this year. Reset the fouls every quarter. Now a shot up, no good by Zediker. Ball slapped around, Dowling with the rebound. And now stolen away from Zediker by Brown. Brown with the ball underneath, kicks it back out to Litt, and Valley will reset their offense on the turnover. 51-36, Valley by 15. Last year these two teams split. Dowling won here at and the Maroons, Jim, 50-32, and Valley won at Valley 59-48. So two teams have split. Dowling leads the series 14-11 going back to 2007, but the Maroons have won 4 of their last 6. And they got an uphill climb here in the fourth quarter as a whistle and a foul away from the action on Dowling's Ellie Olson. That's her first foul.
Maroons getting a little bit frustrated underneath as you know, Yeager has done a great job getting position and getting Ellie Olson in some position there, forcing a foul.
Right underneath McDaniel, and a shot up and good. She went right around Ellie Muller for the basket. Kendall McDaniel with her 6th point off the bench for Valley. McDaniel, the transfer from Indianola. It's 53-36 Valley. Dowling with the ball in the front court. Valley gets back to man-to-man defense. Here's Harnden with it, dribbles down, can't get off a shot against Rose. Now to Zedeker, backs in against Brown, spins in a lane, shot off the glass, good. What a move by Ava Zedeker, her 13th point of the night.
She fought really, really hard just to get those 2 points, really forcing the dribble down to the baseline on Brown, but a lot of effort to get into a 2-point shot.
Valley has outscored Dowling here in the fourth quarter, 6-2, and now Tigers with the turnover. Substitutions both ways, as Avery Moon will check in for Valley along with Avery Remsburg for the first time. Remsburg, the 3rd captain on this Valley team, a 5'7" senior. Dowling going with Ellie Muller, Ava Zedeker, Katie Muller. Harnden stays in, that's Macy Harnden, and Layla Tritton back in. So Ellie Olson on the bench for Dowling. Now the Maroons have it. Tritton has the ball stolen away as she loses it. Litt around that again. And of course, Elin Litt coming off the bench for Valley. She was a starting point guard a year ago.
Just a lot of talent as Valley can go deep into their bench, and Litt's been very impressive tonight coming off the bench.
All right, here's a steal on the floor by Dowling. Tritton with the steal, gets it out to Zedeker. 53-38 Valley. Corner 3 up, no good by Katie Muller. And the rebound Valley with 4 minutes to play. Tigers by 15.
It's getting to that point where the Maroons got to certainly make a run. It's go time. The shot clock does help, but the Maroons have to do some good, quick transition baskets to get back in this and give it a shot.
It's either that or you get the foul parade, and now attacking the glass is the freshman Tylee White with her 8th point of the night. And of course, you want to play the foul parade game. Both teams with 1 team foul here in the fourth quarter. Now here is Muller underneath. Muller to Muller, layup good as Ellie gets the basket and Katie the assist.
I used to play with my siblings, and it was always, get me the ball. And you can see the look on Ellie Muller's face there as she came screaming to the basket wide open, looking at her like, get me the ball, and converted.
That'll be a full timeout as Coach Utah of Valley wants to talk it over. 3:14 to go here in the fourth quarter. Our score, Valley 55, Dowling 40 in this top 10 Class 5A matchup. We'll be back after these messages on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Remember, O man, that you are dust, and to dust you shall return. These words we hear each Ash Wednesday to remind us of our death and judgment awaiting us all. While our bodies are the source of so much focus in our culture, they will decay into dust till they are ultimately resurrected or reunited with our souls at the end of the world. God has granted exceptions to this, however, in the incorruptibles, those saints whose bodies are miraculously preserved intact after death as a visible sign of their holiness. These miracles have withstood in-depth scientific and medical examinations that rule out any possible hoaxes and make clear that they are entirely distinct from bodies preserved through extreme temperatures or mummification. When St. Bernadette Subaru was examined in 1909, 30 years after her death, her body appeared the same as when she had been alive. It was odorless, her skin was supple and had coloration, while the rosary in her hands had rusted over. Today, her body can still be observed, and pilgrims state that she looks as if she were merely asleep. And then take St. Anthony of Padua. Years after his death, his body had decayed, but God had preserved the great preacher's tongue alone. Those present reported that it was perfectly pink. This is Greg Ewell for Faith Check.
Welcome back to the Dowling Gym. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Glad you could join us tonight. And now a steal by Zedeker. Now the ball loose on the floor, and Brown gets it back. After that hustle, we've got traveling on Brown. So Ashley Brown lost the ball for Valley. Zedeker had a lot to do with that. She retrieved the ball and then traveled. It'll be Dowling basketball trailing Jimmy by 15.
You're going to start seeing a lot of the aggressiveness out of the Maroons trying to force turnovers, as they need many of them to get back, under 10, but right now they're down 15 with just under 3 minutes.
No, in football, you do the down and distance, trying to put the game away, get the clock running. Well, here, how many possessions you have left, and that's what Dowling has to figure out with the coaching staff. Hey, we need to start scoring. It doesn't need to be a 3, but we need to get something out of every possession. Now, Harnden underneath to Ellie Muller, and draws the foul, and that'll be Brown's 4th, as Ashley Brown picks up the foul for Valley, number 22.
You know, you bring up a good point. In past years, you at least had about 3 or 4 fouls that you could use in that 1-on-1, try to get just one shot out of those bonus shots, which in this year's game you don't have that. At 5 fouls, you get 2 shots.
All right, here's Harnden on the baseline to Zedeker. Valley with 2 fouls here in the fourth quarter. Dowling with 1. 2:15 to go. And great defense by Valley. They've shot it well and played tremendous defense. Long 3 up and no good by Zedeker, and the ball will go out of bounds to Valley with 2:08 remaining. Up next for the Maroons, we'll be here Friday night. CISN will also be here. We'll be simulcasting. It'll be Dowling hosting Ankeny Centennial in a girl-boy doubleheader this Friday. For Valley, they'll have their home opener for a girl-boy doubleheader. They'll host the Waukee Northwest Wolves. That'll be 6:15 and 7:45 games at both sites this Friday night. Next week, Dowling goes to Johnson next Tuesday, week from today, and then they are home against Waukee, Southeast Polk, and Ankeny to close out the first half of the season. For Valley, they go to Urbandale next Tuesday, at Ankeny Centennial the following Friday, and then home against Johnston, and then at the Johnston tournament. So a lot of action before the Christmas break. Dowling with the turnover. Game is still a 15-point lead for Valley, a minute and a half to go, so both teams have empty possessions here, Jimmy.
You're seeing just a little bit of youth coming out of Dowling with 3 new players onto the floor.
Muller with the steal, feeds her sister, layup good. Katie Muller with the steal, and Ellie with the finish. She has 12 points, and it's 55-42. Valley's lead now 13. Minute 10 to go here in the fourth quarter. Great crowd. Upper bleachers are open here at the Dowling Gym. If you're arriving, better stake out your seat for the boys contest. The defending champion West Des Moines Valley boys. They were champions last year in Class 4A. They knocked off Waukee Northwest in the finals against Dowling Catholic and first-year head coach Justin Einertson, who we had on at halftime. Whistle and a foul on Dowling. It'll be on Herndon, her first. So Macy picks up the foul. It'll be the second team foul on the Maroons with 47 seconds to go.
Yeah, you work the clock down to 5 seconds, and the foul resets it back to 35, and it just.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yep.
One thing we did find out, and he's probably out evaluating officials tonight. Good buddy Pete Peterson has a 3-pointer by Brown by Valley, no good. Ellie Muller with the rebound, and now reach-in foul by the Tigers, and that'll be on Yeager. That's her second. They had something come up in the clinic where in college and in the pros, you have the ball offensively, and it's a kick ball by the defense. It resets the shot clock at college and in the pros. It does not reset it in high school. I don't know if we had that last year or not. You didn't bring it to my attention, but a kick ball does not reset the shot clock. So
sometimes when you don't know something, you don't bring it up. And that's probably
that was brought up in a clinic. It's on film, so that's why I say a double dribble on Valley as Tylee White guilty of the infraction. 15 seconds to play. Valley by 15, and the Tigers are going to be undefeated as they knock off third-ranked Dowling tonight in the final 10 seconds. Zedeker works underneath to Muller, and it's tipped out of bounds. They say it went off Muller with 5 seconds to play. So the two teams will meet each other again. We'll be there at the Valley Gym, but tonight it's all Valley. 55-42 the final. Congratulations to head coach Matt Utoff in his second year at Valley as he knocked off Dowling 55-42. Valley's girls record now 3-0 on the year. Dowling falls to 1-2, and the Maroons ranked third in the last poll. We'll see if that changes any here.
Surprised the music didn't stop as he walks in.
You know, the band started playing, and here comes Mike
Flame.
Yeah, that's pretty coincidental, don't you think?
You know, he used to be in the band, I think his sophomore year.
Well, we're going to take a 2-minute break, and we're going to try to get through this. You have stats to get underway. Swain needs room at the table, so that means you got to get a clipboard and go sit with the band.
This is what I thought. Is when he showed up, I was going to get pushed down to the end of the bench.
Final score: Valley 55, Dowling 42 in Game 1, the girls' contest. Boys are warming up. We'll have Game 2 shortly, but first we'll have the post-game show coming up after Valley's win over Dowling, 55-42. We'll take a 2-minute break here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
This is Dr. David Anders, host of Called to Communion. Join me on Friday, December the 8th at the Embassy Suites for Iowa Catholic Radio's annual dinner in December. Register now at iowacatholicradio.com, and I'll look forward to seeing you in downtown Des Moines.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. ashworthvision.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from the Catholic Tuition Organization. Reduce or eliminate your Iowa income tax and instead give to the Catholic Tuition Organization and receive 75% Iowa tax credits. These tax credits are going fast, so reserve yours today and learn more about the Catholic Tuition Organization at ctoiowa.org. ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their futures.
Catholic Tuition Organization, a great investment in our kids.
Support for programming is provided by Construction Professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. cpcustomhomes.com. Mercy One is proud to support Iowa Catholic Radio. Mercy One has convenient locations right in your neighborhood. From unexpected illnesses to regular checkups, Mercy One is here for you. Schedule online at mercyone.org.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Caldwell Parish Funeral Home and Crematory. Caldwell Parish offers services that are unique to the individual while following the Catholic funeral rites. Caldwell Parish Funeral Home and Crematory, Des Moines' only Catholic-owned and operated funeral home.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com, 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more.
KWKY Des Moines, K233BT Des Moines, KIHS Adel.
Welcome back to the Dowling Gym. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Final in Game 1 of our doubleheader. It was the Valley Tigers defeating Dowling 55-42 here at the Dowling Gym, as the Tigers were led by Elise Yeager, the 6'1 senior, with 23 points tonight, leading all scorers, as she was followed by Tylee White, the freshman, with 8 points for Valley. Elin Litt off the bench with 7 points, 5 points for Carrie Rose off the bench. Kendall McDaniel off the bench with 6 points for Valley. Avery Moon with 2 points, and Ashley Brown with 4 points. Valley went 3 out of 4 at the free throw line. For Dowling, Maroons were led. They had 3 players in double figures, all 3 starters, led by Ava Zedeker with 13 points, Ellie Moeller with 12, Katie Moeller with 11, Ellie Olson and Layla Tritton did not score for Dowling tonight, and 6 points for Macy Harden. Dowling went 3 out of 6 at the free throw line. Valley 3 out of 4 at the free throw line. Jimmy Cataldo, you have some of the other statistics. So
team statistics for the Maroons: shot 12 of 25 from the field, 48%, just 5 of 19 from 3, 26%, 20 total rebounds, and 15 turnovers. For the victors, Valley Tigers, 16 of 27 from the field, 59%. They shot 6 of 17 from 3, 23 total rebounds, and then 9 turnovers. But, we said it throughout the broadcast. I think, you got to give a ton of credit to Valley and the defense that they played on the Maroons. It was, Brown and Litt drew the assignment to guard Zedeker and really frustrated her throughout the game. Couldn't hit the outside shots. Having Layla Tritton and Ellie Olson go scoreless, those are big contributors that you had hoped on offense, and just didn't get anything. But, not to their fault. I mean, Valley's defense, they switched out to a 2-3 zone. They came back to a man, kept the Maroons off balance throughout the night, and did enough on the offensive end to find the open dribble drives. And Yeager was just a dagger from top of the key, hitting 2 or 3 3-point shots on dribble drives by Litt, forcing Ellie Mueller to come off. But hitting those shots are just daggers for the Maroons as they're trying to come and claw their way back throughout the game.
Dowling girls record goes to 1-2, and I'm sure that number 3 ranking will change on Thursday when they bring out the rankings from the girls' union. Valley improves their record to 3-0, and both teams will be in action on Friday night, both at home. Valley will be at home Friday night, and Dowling will be home against Centennial. So just a note of that. All right, we're going to take a break, come back. We've got to pregame the boys contest. There's some kid named Cataldo I see in the starting lineup.
Wow.
Isn't that something? We're going to find out more. We'll talk more about that. We're going to bring the expert in. The coach, the guy who intercepted Kurt Warner in flag football when Kurt was playing for the Barnstormers. That is, by the way, a Hall of Fame quarterback. Did you know that?
Well,
yeah. And it wasn't you or your compadres. It was Mike Swain.
That's right.
He will join the broadcast. Mark Amadale from the Dowling Gym. And Brady Grimm is our studio producer, back with the boys pregame show coming up. Again, the final in the girls contest, it was Valley 55, Dowling Catholic 42. Back with the boys pregame in 1 minute on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Hi, this is Vern Steiner with the Emmaus Institute Bible Book in a Minute. Named after Israel's new leader who steps in when Moses dies, the book of Joshua continues where Deuteronomy ends. In Deuteronomy, God calls his people to love and obey him with all their heart. In Joshua, we see what happens when they do and when they don't. There's a great deal of variety packed into this book. Military exploits, a prostitute who devotes herself to the Lord, city walls that crumble at God's command, and the heart of a faithful leader. In Joshua, we see the contrast between devotion and compromise, courage and cowardice, between hanging in and wimping out when the going gets tough. God knows we all need encouragement to put one foot in front of the other on the right path. That's why he gave us Joshua. This has been your Bible Book in a Minute. For a closer look at Christ in the Scriptures, join us at EmmausInstitute.net.
A message from Iowa Catholic Radio.
And welcome back to the Dowling Gym as we preview the boys contest. Opening game for both the Dowling and Valley boys here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Mark Amadale, Jimmy Cataldo, and yes, indeed, Mike Swain, the coach, joins us. A little levity here. Coach, I know you had to endure that girls broadcast between me and the guy next to you. I apologize for that, and hopefully our listeners got through it. But thanks for being here.
Oh, one of you sounded great. I'll just let the audience, we'll just sit on that. So,
you know, Jimmy, he's a TV guy. You know that, don't you? I mean, he goes TV once the postseason starts. So,
well, you know, it's the first Friday night of varsity basketball, and you could just feel Swaim at home just sweating because he didn't have anywhere to go tonight. And then he gets the call, and before, you know, he could say yes, his car pulls into back to Dowling, says, I'm in.
You know, he's got his own spot here. You know that, don't you?
I know, I got pushed.
Listen, Mark, I've always had to, help this guy out. I mean.
Oh, we know. Oh, yeah.
So he and I were cornerbacks on our flag football team. The problem is I was a shutdown corner, so everybody was attacking him the entire game because he was the weak link in our defense.
We knew that.
So, helping him out is nothing new.
Well, we appreciate it. And how's it feel? You got that trophy when you intercepted a Hall of Fame quarterback and Kurt Warner back in your flag football days, because he played defensive back here at Dowling, and what's that got?
It got him nothing. I mean, I at least got a call to be in Kurt Warner's movie, but I couldn't make it. I was busy so they wanted me to play my role, but I just said go ahead and have George Clooney play me or.
Yeah. You got to understand.
Are you okay?
We call him White Shoes Swaim for a reason. Have you ever watched those mud bowls where everybody's just you can't even tell the jersey number. Everybody's so dirty, and it's kind of like Swaim. You always could tell the guy coming off the bench because he's all white. Well, that's what happened. I mean, this guy comes off the bench, hasn't played the whole game. He had the whitest shoes out there, and Warner thought he could pick on him, and little did he know, and I'll give it to him. I'd never seen Kurt Warner have the football kind of waved in his face as this 5'6", no athletic ability kid.
I think those cleats are hanging in Wells Fargo next to his jersey.
Coach Swaim, that's called taunting when you do that. I know you were excited, but it's called taunting.
I know.
Hey, let's get to the boys game here.
Let's do it.
We got 5 minutes before tip-off. Dowling and Valley, just like last year, both teams leading off their season. This is the opening game for the boys. It was game 3 for the girls, and Mike, first-year head coach for Dowling now is Clay Thielking over at Urbandale. He's got his debut tonight against Centennial. But Justin Einerson, coach at where you were at Des Moines Lincoln for, 7 years. He's now over here at Dowling. and taking on the Hall of Fame to be coach B.J. Windhorst. Took Valley to a state title last year with a very young team. By the way, most of them are back. Your thoughts as we preview?
Well, what a way to start your career at Dowling, right? You get to go up against the defending state champions in the Valley Tigers. I got to see Justin's team last year at Lincoln. I went to the Grandview-Lincoln game when Grandview Christian played them. And I really thought his kids played really hard. They really up and down style. They love to get out and run and push the ball. And I'm assuming that we're going to see some of that sort of same aspect tonight against Valley.
Yeah, he was talking about philosophy and concepts, and Jimmy was a part of that because he knows with his son Dante playing, the terminology, the things. But he's been putting this in for 6 months. Obviously, the kids that are out for other sports, you don't get that one-on-one time. But the kids that weren't out for other sports did, and we're going to see how that plays out. And, of course, they've been auditioning 9-10 kids in the line for maybe more. Is that right, Jimmy? See who's going to be in this top group and when they get it whittled down.
Yeah, I listened to the halftime interview that you guys did with Coach, and I thought it was great. I mean, to be able to work with your kids for 6 months and have that off-season conditioning program, get to know these guys, implement your system, I think that's going to pay a lot of dividends here. I don't know if we'll see that early on, but, I mean, I think the kids are only going to grow as they learn how he expects them to play, especially offensively. But, tonight I think is about doing all the little things, right? You've got to – against this Valley team, you can't give them opportunities at the line. You can't give them second shots, and you have to make them earn it in the half court. Don't let Valley get up and down and push in transition and get easy buckets. If Dowling can do that, then they're athletic enough that we could see a great game tonight.
That's one of the things that I've seen these kids play for quite many years, and they're sponges out there. And I think what Coach Einerson is trying to employ, and as you're talking about the transition and not getting Valley out and running, I think these kids are going to be adaptable to that. They're going to get out there. They're going to play their defense. I think they're going to understand their roles. But it's finding who are the guys that are going to contribute when you need a bucket. And right now there's a lot of unproven kids out there, but a lot of good, talented basketball players as they play the first game.
You're listening to the pregame show here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Dowling Valley, the boys game coming up. Final score of the girls game was Valley 55, Dowling 42. And as we pregame this, guys, look at the matchup. Valley, a state championship team with many parts of that puzzle back. Kiki Dane, Curtis Stinson, Trevor Urak. The negative part for Valley tonight, they've had the flu going through, and it affected their big guys. Trevor Urak and Marcus McGregor, both posts, and they'll sub for each other, have had the flu. And BJ told me yesterday, he said they'll go as far as they can. But those are key guys to have back. And then you have Jaden McGregory, who had a tremendous football as a sophomore for Valley this year, transferring from Des Moines North. He started for North last year and averaged 15.7 rebounds. So he's getting acclimated to BJ's system. That's a lot of weapons against this Dowling team that brings some people back, Mike, but you don't match up athletically with a Curtis Stinson. Nobody can in the state, I think.
We're not even mentioning about Zay Robinson, which we're not going to see tonight.
Right.
He's dealing with an injury. But, I mean, you want to talk about a team that is just loaded. And the run that they went on last year, Mark, I mean, you saw some of what they did. And when they got down to that state tournament, there were 2 or 3 teams that I thought had a chance, an opportunity to win that 4A state tournament, that bracket. And Valley comes out of nowhere. It was just amazing how hot they were. Just goes to show you when you get on that rhythm, I mean, anything can happen down at Wells Fargo.
Certainly can. Jimmy, your thoughts on this matchup with Dowling Valley right out of the chute, game 1 for the boys?
I think you said it there. Is Curtis Stinson, one of the leading players in Class 4A, coming in to just his junior year. And this is going to be a kid that is going to get out and run. And whoever's going to draw the defensive effort on that, which I believe is going to be Capola tonight, see how much he can keep him at bay. But he scores last year against Dowling in his sophomore year. He scores 22 in game 2 and scores 34 points in game 1 of last year. So he's going to be a tough one to stop. But the Maroons have a lot of good pieces, a lot of athleticism that's going to be on the court. It's can they play as a team, much as the Valley Tigers do.
All right, let's take a look at the starting lineups as we transition over to the boys' game. Again, the Valley girls a winner in game 1, 55-42. 7th-ranked Valley over number 3 Dowling in Class 5A girls. Now we get to the 4A boys. Let's start with the visitors from West Des Moines Valley. Preseason ranked number 1 in Class 4A. The head coach is B.J. Windhorst. 10th year at Valley. Hard to believe. He just over at Southeast Polk not too long ago. 187 wins, 50 losses, state champion last year. And the Tigers were also state champs back in 2016. They'll start this lineup. At one guard, Kyle Kaysen, wearing number 12, a 6-foot junior, averaged 6.5 points last year. He'll start at one guard. Jaden McGregory, the transfer from Des Moines North, wearing number 24, will be the second guard. Averaged 15.7 rebounds for North. A 6'1 sophomore is McGregory. He'll wear number 24. The third guard is Curtis Stinson Jr., 6'5 junior, averaging 13.6 rebounds a year ago. He'll be a 3-year starter this year. He wears number 30. At one forward, number 2, Kiki Dang, a 6'4 junior, averaged 10 points, 3.5 rebounds for Valley in the state championship season. And finally at center for Valley, Trevin Urich, 6'8 junior, averaging 10 points, 7.5 rebounds, leads the team in rebounding and block shots with 32 a year ago. He'll wear number 52. Marcus McGregor, Isaiah Pinks coming off the bench. And Mike, you mentioned Zay Robinson, the all-state forward for Valley, out with that broken clavicle, and he will be out until at least the Christmas break is what we're told. All right, for Dowling Catholic, the head coach is Justin Einerson in his first year after spending 7 years at Des Moines Lincoln. He's assisted by John Nagel, Jimmy Nahas, Zach Nicholson, and Kevin O'Hare. The Maroons will start this lineup. They'll start a 3-guard lineup. Cole Southard, a 6'1 junior, or 6'1 senior. He'll wear number 1 at one guard. The other guard, Dante Cataldo, a 6-foot senior. He'll wear number 2, the other guard. The third guard is Joey Capola, Dowling's leading scorer from a year ago, averaging 10.5 points. He'll wear number 4. At one forward, Ryan Kleppe, a 6'3 senior, averaging 6 points, 4 rebounds a year ago. He'll wear number 12. And the center is Joe Broderick, out last year with an ACL recovery injury. Broderick, a 6'4 senior, and this will be his first varsity start. Off the bench for Dowling, we'll see Maddox Capola, Lucas Paoli, and Nick Frericks, and Olier Agao. Riddick Metten this year will not be involved with the first 4 games of the season. Gentlemen.
So you had mentioned that the flu bug and how's that going to affect Valley. Well, here's one of the first things is McGregor is drawing the start as a big man instead of Urach, who is dressing on the bench, but McGregor is starting at the 5.
And the tip is up and controlled by Valley as they knock in the front court. Tigers in their black road uniforms, red numbers, white trim. They go left to right towards the north basket. Dowling in their home white uniforms, maroon sprinkled on the top with maroon numbers and letters. And now the Tigers with 15 on the shot clock. Here's Stinson in the lane. Shot no good. Rebound Capola, and we're underway. Both Dowling open up man-to-man. Looking at matchups, guys, so speak freely. 3-man crew tonight, so radio waves will be exciting. And now turnover against Dowling. And what are you seeing here early, Coach?
Well, that was initially pretty good defense there by Dowling. He got a good hand in the face for Stinson. He's still got a decent look. He elevates so well, but again, Dowling one shot and out there.
All right, here's Kiki Dang with the dribble handoff to McGregor. They get it underneath. McGregor throws the ball away. Marcus McGregor to start tonight in the post. Down the other way. 3-pointer in the corner by Capola, no good. Fight for the rebound, and coming away with it is Valley and Jaden McGregory. Underneath the Tigers with a shot no good by Kaysen. Offensive rebound, Valley and Curtis Stinson. Stolen away by Dowling and Cataldo. Here's Dante in the front court, no score. And we played just about a minute here in the first quarter. Capola left alone for 3. Good! Joey Capola gives Dowling a 3-0 lead. Left alone, top of the key.
Yeah, you like to see that. You know, he was wide open in that corner, missed that, and then Dante, a nice little give and go back to him at the top of the key there. Joey Capola knocks it down.
3-0 Dowling. Maroons jump into a man-to-man defense. See how that changes for each team. Here's Stinson in the lane, spins, whirls, leaves it for Dang in the corner. He'll shoot the 3, up and no good, missed everything. Rebound Dowling. Broderick with the rebound.
You're going to see the Maroons fighting through picks throughout, getting a hand in their face.
There's Broderick for 3, good, right in front of the Valley bench, and it's 6-0 Dowling. Wow. Joe had the year off last year, rehabbing that knee. ACL on that, it's well braced up, and now a whistle and a foul on the missed shot by Valley. Loose ball foul on the Tigers. It'll be on Marcus McGregor, his first. And now we're going to see the other center, Trevin Urich check in, both battling the flu.
Two big guys. It's going to be tough for the Maroons to match up with that. But, Joe Broderick, watching this young man play over the last few years, very active.
Capola for three on the right wing. It's no good, and the rebound comes out to Stinson. Stinson down court. Down the left side, shot off the glass. Good, strong move by Curtis Stinson.
Well, a nice job not to avoid contact there. Joey Capola was set up to take an offensive charge, but Stinson with good body control, able to put that up.
6-2. Dowling by 4. And the basketball, 5:20 to go here in the first quarter. Capola as Valley stays man-to-man. Here's Broderick with it. Joe dribbles down the left side, kicks it over in the corner to Capola on the left side. 10 on the shot clock. Capola dribble drive underneath, kicks it out. Three-pointer on the way, up good! Three-pointer by Cole Southard. The lefty pitcher with the three. 9-2 Valley, or 9-2 Dowling, but the other way, Valley comes back and scores.
Yeah, great job by Kiki Dang. Valley so quick to get that out, and there was nobody there to help out. Kiki Dang with an easy layup in transition.
And a whistle and a foul on Dang. That's the first foul on Kiki, second team foul on Valley, as McGregor has the other foul. And the Maroons now with the basketball as they reset the shot clock. Here's Broderick in the lane. Kicks it out to Southard. To Broderick, top of the key. And now underneath Broderick, layup good. I'll tell you what, Urich came out the guard and he went right by him.
Yeah, it was a really smart decision. He got Urich in the air and then just put the ball in front of him, and nobody able to stop him when he got inside the lane. Nice play by Broderick.
Now here's Dang with it for Valley. He attacks the glass inside and draws the foul. Foul on Dante Cataldo, his first. First team foul on Dowling with 4:25 to go first quarter. Dowling 11, Valley 4 here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Speaking of pace, Jimmy, I'm looking at some of these guys. They got hands on their hips already. It's been sort of up and down. I mean, first game of the season, these guys, it's, a lot of these guys are transitioning from football to basketball.
And we've been battling the basketball shape, which is so incredibly different, and it's going to take some time to get these guys into basketball shape. But I think both teams are suffering a little bit from that.
And both free throws no good by Dang. Rebound Dowling and Broderick. Underneath, here's Southern for three, no good. Offensive rebound, Cataldo puts it in. On the weak side.
It's just great awareness by Dante, and no block out by Valley, late getting down there in transition.
Dowling by 9, and Valley with the basketball. Here's Stinson with it, pull-up jumper, free throw line, in and out, no good. Rebound Dowling. Kleppe with the rebound. Here's Ryan. In the front court, goes all the way down. His shot off the glass, no good, and the rebound comes out to Urich and Valley. The other way we go. Here's McGregory with it, layup no good. Tip no good by Stinson, rebound Dowling and Broderick. Up and down we go. Line drills are in effect. Corner three, up and no good by Kleppe for Dowling. Rebound Stinson.
It's a full-time job trying to keep these stats.
The pace is incredible here. I mean, I don't know if these teams, they're going to have to be some serious bench play.
Here's McGregor for three, no good. You know she's got colored paper over there for some reason, different colors.
This guy's amazing.
My second year, I got color-coding things.
Color-coded everything.
Where was he when you and I were doing this?
Working over football plays. Trying to defend somebody, I don't know. Here's Broderick underneath his shot, up and good, he draws a foul. The basket or count. Foul on Valley, and Dowling has taken an 11-point lead. The foul will be on who? Will Dotson says it's on Urich. So both Valley posts have two fouls.
That was a great find by Ryan Kleppe that time. Putting the ball and drawing that defense in, and then finding Broderick right at the top of the key there, and he was able to put the ball on the floor and get to the hole.
Joe Broderick, 6'4" senior, didn't play a year ago, completes the three-point play. He has 8 points in his first varsity start, and it's 16-4, Dowling by 14 over the Tigers. Here at the Dowling gym, 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Valley with the substitution as Kyle Kaysen comes back in. Kaysen guarded by Broderick, dribble handoff to Curtis Stinson.
They got a mismatch down low on Urich.
Stinson guarded by Frericks, who's in there for Dowling, and a whistle and a foul on the Maroons. This will be on Nick Frericks. So they're rotating players, Jimmy Cataldo on Stinson.
One of the things that we have talked about, and I think it becomes such an issue, is the size of the court here at Dowling. It is a high school regulated size court, 84 feet, but most of these teams have 94-foot gymnasiums or courts, which allow people to spread out more, less starting and stopping, and that's what the Maroons are having to deal with.
All right, out of the out-of-bounds play, Kyle Kaysen for three, and it's good. Kaysen with 27 threes for Valley last year, and it's 16-7. Dowling with the lead. Now Kleppe with it. In the corner it goes. Here's Frericks for three. Missed everything. The rebound comes out to Kaysen and Valley. 16-7 Dowling. 2.5 to go. Tigers get in the front court. Kiki Ding, right corner. Looking inside. Can't get it to Urach. Just get it out front to Kaysen. Dowling stays man-to-man. There's a backdoor cut by Kaysen. The shot off the glass short. Leaves it short. Rebound Kleppe and Dowling. Kleppe the other way. Top of the key, Broderick. Pull-up jumper, free throw line. Good! Joe Broderick. Welcome to varsity basketball. He shoots and scores his 10th point. It's 18-7 Dowling, gentlemen.
Well, if I had told you who's going to have 10 points here early on in the first quarter, well, you would have thought it would have been Stinson, but it's Broderick.
Here's Ding in the lane. His shot no good. Draws the foul. This might be on Frericks or Kleppe. We'll see. It'll be Maddox Coppola picks up the foul. Who's in there? Maddox, Joey's little brother, 6'1 sophomore, commits the foul. 3 team fouls each. And Ding at the free throw line, and he hits the first of two. Tonight's game on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, brought to you in part by Bozen the Florist, Ashworth Vision Clinic and Construction Professionals. Brady Grimm is our studio producer. Mark Abadale calling the game tonight on Iowa Catholic Radio. Mike Swain Jr. and Jimmy Cataldo. Yeah, they both have headsets on. We'll try to figure it out. Second free throw good by Ding. He's now 2 of 4 at the line. He has 4 points. Gentlemen.
I really like how the officials are letting this be called. It's really physical. They're letting him get after it, and it's just created a great pace of play.
William Dotson, Johnny Getting, and Tyler Wellendorf, and you see him down at the state tournament all the time on the girls and boys state tournament games, and that's why they're here tonight. This is the big one. Dowling with the ball, and Ali Aragao in there for the Maroons, number 33, and now a long three by Kleppe. Up, no good, draws the foul, and McGregor's going to pick up his second foul. Marcus McGregor whistled for the foul, and before Johnny Getting comes over to initiate the foul, just calming things down, and 3 free throws coming for Kleppe.
You look at P.J. Winhorst on the bench, and Kleppe's 5 feet away from the three-point arc, and a foul, on the block out. It just has to be so frustrating.
Yeah, he sort of put his hands behind his back of his head, which I've seen him do a lot. It's not a good foul there by McGregor.
But normally it was when your Lincoln teams were beating his Southeast Polk teams. I remember those.
Those were some good battles.
Second free throw by Kleppe is in and out, no good. I do have a correction because it got texted to me right away. And Joey Coppola was not the leading scorer for Dowling last year. It was Drew Morrow with 11.5 points. Coppola last year averaged 10.5 points. So I stand corrected. Drew Morrow, leading scorer. I had to get that in, Jimmy.
I didn't hear it, but if I had heard it, I would have corrected you immediately.
Well, somebody heard it that's listening. There are listeners out there that listen to what I say instead of you. And now a near steal by Dowling, and finally poked away. Valley comes across. They get it across the timeline and throw it away. What a flurry there by Frericks and company.
Just one of the things that you're seeing out of this Maroon team is that their intensity on the defensive side is really a product of Coach Einertson's system, and he talked about that in the halftime, and that's what he's seeing on the court right now, which has to be exciting for him.
Here's Frericks at point guard inside, his shot blocked away. Nice job by McGregory, who came away on the weak side. It was Maddox, Coppola, and Frericks that caused that turnover by Valley, and Maddox coming in off the bench. And let's see, Kleppe's going to leave the game. So Broderick and Ali Agao will be the 2 post players for Dowling. Maroons will inbound the ball with 20 on the shot clock. Here's Frericks with it. Nick gets it up top to Coppola. Joey guarded by McGregory. Valley in man-to-man. Here's Broderick with it with 45 seconds to go. Dowling 20, Valley 9. Now corner 3 by Coppola is no good. And the offensive rebound, well, he's garbage man too. Joe Broderick.
You've got to account for him. Nobody boxed him out. Just an easy putback that time for Broderick.
So Broderick, 12 points in the first quarter, and a basket by Valley. answers that.
Yeah, just a little simple crossover by Stinson that time. Nice touch on that little floater. He's had a couple of open ones. That was the first one he knocked down.
Stinson with 4 points tonight underneath, and the ball stolen away by Gregory. Underneath Stinson, layup rolls off the rim, and he drew the foul. Curtis wanted the and one. He couldn't get it to fall. And a foul on Dowling, and this will be on Nick Frericks, his second. And almost like a line change in front of us as Cole Southard, Dante Cataldo, and Ryan Kleppe set to check in for Dowling at the next opportunity. Stinson the front end of a two-shot foul.
Yeah, with this pace of play, I love that Coach Einertson's getting just shuttling guys in and out. He's gone 8 deep tonight, which is great to see with this kind of pace that we've got going on.
Olivier Agao checks out, along with Maddox Capola and Nick Frericks. Free throw good, and now a shot by Broderick is going to be waved off. And we've come to the end of the first quarter here at the Dowling Gym tonight. Mark Amadale alongside Mike Swain and Jimmy Cataldo. It's Dowling 22, Valley 12. We'll start the second quarter after this 1-minute break on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com, 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more. Mercy One is proud to support Iowa Catholic Radio. Mercy One helps you live your best life. Find personalized care for you and your loved ones at mercyone.org.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym, quarter number 2. It's Dowling 22, Valley 12. Maroons have the basketball first. Earlier tonight, it was the Valley girls defeating Dowling 55-42, and now a steal and basket by the Tigers to start the second quarter, and that is Curtis Stinson now with his 8th point. And it's 22-14 Valley. Now a steal by Valley again. Deng underneath, layup good. 4-0 start here by Valley to start the second quarter, and that's his 6th point for Kiki Deng.
Well, they're really getting after it in the passing lanes. Great steals on both ends. That time Broderick stops the bleeding a little bit.
14 points for Joe Broderick. He had 12 in the first quarter, and that's his first basket here in the second quarter, 24-16. Dowling with the lead. Glad you could join us on this first opening night for boys basketball in the CIML. Here's Kaysen for 3, and it's good. That's his second 3 of the night. Kyle Kaysen with 6 points off for Valley.
Yeah, design set that time for Kaysen, and at Valley executed it very well. Nice little 3-point shot on the wing.
All right, Capola with it. Valley stays man-to-man. Top of the key goes to Southard. Cole with the pass to Broderick. Dribbles against Urak. Gets in the lane. Gets to Kleppe. Kleppe underneath. Teardrop shot up and good right over the big guy, Urak. Ryan Kleppe with his 4th point. 26-19, Dowling underneath. Kaysen with the shot up and good.
Valley forces you to get back on defense. Any made basket, they're pushing the ball, and if you're not running back on defense, they're getting fast break transitions.
Kaysen's been so steady when he shoots the 3. He's knocked both down, and now he dribble penetrated. Timeout on the floor. We'll keep it here. With 6:11 to go here in the second quarter, our score, Dowling 26, Valley 21. The Maroons have had a 14-point lead in the first half. That's dwindled to 5. And a timeout here, Mike Swain.
Well, 3 turnovers by Dowling early on in this quarter and have led to 2 runouts and now another turnover. Valley really getting after it defensively. And it just feels like Stinson's getting ready to go on one of those runs. He created that steal, got the easy bucket. He hit a jumper in that first quarter, and it's something that if you're Dowling, you don't want to see him get hot here in this second quarter.
It's just Valley settling in on their offensive ends. That that fast-paced, furious thing. You expected that out of the Maroons, but once all those emotions go by, Valley starting to settle in as the veteran team that they are.
Jim, you got to look at the first quarter stats if we can get them in here.
Maroons red hot shooting from the field, 5 of 7, 3 of 8 from 3, 9 rebounds, and 1 turnover. For Valley, 3 of 10 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3, 8 rebounds, and 2 turnovers.
Yeah, so 1 turnover for Dowling in that first quarter. They've already got 3, and we're only 6 minutes into the second quarter as the Valley pressure has really ramped up.
Dowling went 2 of 3 at the free throw line in that first quarter. Valley 3 of 6 at the line. Tigers with the ball out of the Dowling timeout. Urick with it. Mentioned the Valley post playing with the flu bug, and that is Trevor Urick and Marcus McGregor. Urick in there now. Now a corner 3 up and good by Jaden McGregory, and that is his first 3 of the night. McGregory, the transfer from Des Moines North, averaged 15 points for the Polar Bears last year, has 3 tonight. Now Southard for 3, and it's good. Cole Southard knocking down a big shot to answer the 3. He's got 6 points.
Well, Stinson just left him for a second trying to get a steal, and that gave Southern an opportunity. Big answer that time.
Oh, Kaysen for 3, it's no good. That's his first miss. Rebound Dowling and Southern. Cole comes away with the rebound. Kleppe with it, top of the key. Now to Capola. Stinson's really been in Joey's chest most of the night. Here's Broderick with it, trying to go around Urick. Backs in, hook shot up, and no good. Rebound Urick and Valley. Here's Curtis Stinson, pull up 3 from the right wing. Good. Boy, is that ever a smooth shot by Stinson.
Joey Capola was right in his face, and he still made that. That was just, you couldn't have played it better defensively.
10 points for Curtis Stinson, and now a whistle and a foul on Valley in transition.
You almost need to bring that three-point line even deeper for some of these kids that are so much stronger. And Stinson made that 20-foot jump shot look like 5. So strong.
And Stinson the other way picks up the foul. Dowling will inbound the ball. Team foul number 1 here in the second quarter on Valley. Didn't see the double bonus coming into effect during the girls' game. I say it won't here. 29-27. Dowling's lead is 2. The Maroons need a basket underneath Broderick, and his shot was partially blocked by Kaysen underneath, but a steal by Dowling in half court. Underneath, a shot blocked out of bounds by Urick. Valley comes up with the rebound. Here's Dang with it in the front court. 3-pointer up and good, and Valley with its first lead of the night. Kiki Dang.
Valley's starting to really heat up from 3, getting contributions from McGregory and Dang and Stinson and Kaysen all in this quarter.
So Valley has cut into this Dowling 14-point lead, and they lead by 1, but a corner 3 by Southard is good. Cole Southard with his third 3 of the night. He's got 9 points. Dowling by 2. Valley the other way. On the baseline is McGregory. Gets it out to Kaysen. Back to Dang for 3. It's no good. And the rebound, Broderick and Dowling. Took the ball away from his teammate Joey Capola. Broderick in the lane, layup with a scoop shot, no good. Drew the foul. Is it Dang or Urick on the foul? We'll find out.
Yeah, they're going to get Urick on that one. That's going to be his second mark, so something to watch for Valley to see if Coach Windhorst this last 3:45 is going to keep him in.
Well, McGregor has 2 fouls. The other post
has
right.
2 fouls. Yeah, so a little bit of foul trouble building up for Valley.
Broderick's first free throw good. Again, if you joined us late, Joe Broderick out last year with a torn ACL. You can see if you're watching on the YouTube tonight, his right knee in a brace. Both free throws good. Broderick with 16 points. This is his starting varsity night, and he's got 16 in the first half to lead Dowling. And Maroons up by 4, 34-30. 3.5 to go. Second quarter. Mark Amadale, Mike Swaim, and Jimmy Cataldo here at the Dowling Gym, and it is packed. Now underneath, shot in the lane, no good off the glass by Stinson, and a reach-in foul on Valley as Capola comes away with it. Kaysen will get Kyle Kaysen picks up the foul, his first.
Arms tangled up on that when Joey Capola comes down with the rebound and tried to let the play go, but at some point the official just saw, hey, I couldn't go as far as I could go, and I had to call the foul.
30-second timeout called by head coach B.J. Windhorst. 10th year at West Des Moines Valley after spending some time at Southeast Polk. 34-30, Dowling by 4, 3.5 to go. here in the second quarter. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Skeffington's Formal Wear, Catholic Tuition Organization, and Klein Electric. Coach Swain, up and down. Shot clock hasn't been a factor. Double bonus hasn't been a factor. Your thoughts with these two matchups? What a game we've seen here on the opening night.
Well, I thought early in the second quarter, Valley really came out and established themselves. They really sort of got back to playing Valley basketball, made a great run, actually took the lead. But let's give Dowling some credit. How about answering that? After Dowling lost a 10-point lead at down by 1, they've answered with 5 straight points. And a nice 3 from Southern, a great basket by Broderick, and now they have a chance to expand this to a 6-point lead.
Yeah, Valley led by 1, but briefly. Southern hit that corner 3, and the Maroons have been back up ever since for now. All right, Dowling with the ball. 3:10 to go here in the second quarter. Broderick with it, the free throw line. Dribbles out, now wants to go around Urich. Posts him up in the right block, layup off the glass, no good. Urich with the rebound, ball slapped away by Frerichs, but into the hands of Curtis Stinson. Stinson down court, gets to McGregory. Now back out to Stinson, top of the key, guarded by Coppola. Over to Dang, right wing. Underneath to Urich. He spins in a lane, layup is no good. Rebound Dowling, and Kleppe on the weak side grabs it.
Well, good job by Broderick just to influence that enough, Mark, and not pick up the foul.
And Kleppe for 3, top of the key, it's no good. A rebound comes out to Jaden McGregory of Valley. Now corner 3, Dang is good, and boy, you can't let him get going. Kiki Dang with 12 points in the first half. 34-33, Dowling's lead 1. 2:15 to go here in the second quarter. Coppola for 3, good! We talk about answering the bell. We saw Southern do it, now Coppola does it.
It's just like a boxing match, Mark. It's like right, left, back and forth with both of these teams.
Coppola with his second 3 of the night, and Valley comes up empty on their possession. Dowling with the ball, here's Kleppe with it. 37-33, Dowling by 4. Underneath, Broderick has a ball slapped away by Urich from behind. Rebound Valley. Tigers with it. Underneath Urich, layup is good. Left wide open as Broderick couldn't get back in time, and Urich with his first 2 points of the night.
A little unfortunate there for Dowling. I thought that could have been called a foul. It looked like to me some body there. And then Broderick was on the floor and left Urich wide open just for an easy layup.
37-35, Dowling by 2. Minute 25 to go. Broderick for 3, up and off the mark, no good. Rebound Kaysen and Valley. Down court to Urich. Leaves it for McGregory for 3, and it's no good. Rebound Dowling and Broderick. Maroons want to run. Broderick with it behind the back. Goes around Stinson underneath against Urich, and the shot no good. He drew the foul on 2 shots here, Coach.
And that's going to be 3 on Urich. So I'm guessing they're going to have to bring in McGregor at this point.
Well, they had him ready to come in anyway.
Yeah.
And they will bring him in. Apparently, he's at the scorer's table, but Broderick will get 2 shots. First one up and good.
Every time the Maroons need a shot, you know, the big shots are being led by Southern, and then Coppola hitting one. As you see the Maroons getting a little bit tired on offense, and big shots at opportune times by the Maroons.
Second free throw is good. You know, Coach Cataldo, you have a get-back coach in football, but do you have a substitution coach in basketball? That's my question to you. Think about that. Substitution coach.
Back in the Des Moines Christian days.
Here's Kaysen, a shot up and good for Valley.
Every time you try to take somebody out, I mean, the fathers used to come down.
They never could get on the same page, I noticed.
I remember guys like Ronnie Rand. Never would you allow the son be taken out.
Kyle Kaysen now a very quiet 10 points for Valley with his last basket. Here's Coppola for 3, and it's good right in front of the Valley bench. Joey Coppola with his third 3 of the night. He's got 9 points, 42-37. Dowling by 5. Corner 3 by Dang, no good, but a foul on Dowling, and they're going to get Maddox Coppola for the foul, and 3 free throws coming for Dang.
Yeah, it's tough. You know, they found Dang in transition. I know he's hit a couple threes, but boy, you've got to come out there under control and not try and foul it, so you put a guy on for 3 shots here at the line.
First free throw, no good. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Bozen the Florist, Ashworth Vision Clinic, and Construction Professionals. Our thanks to Grady Grimm back at the Iowa Catholic Radio studios, producing tonight's game. If you joined us late, the Valley girls knock off Dowling 55-42 in game 1 of our doubleheader. Valley girls now 3-0 on the season, ranked 7th. Dowling falls to a record of 1-2. They're ranked 3rd in Class 5A. New rankings come out with the girls on Thursday. Both free throws no good. The third free throw no good by Dang. Last year a 77% free throw shooter. Ouch. Rebound Dowling with 20 seconds to play, and the Maroons could hold for one shot here, Coach.
Yeah, and I think you got to try and find Joey Coppola if you can here. He's had the hot hand.
Dowling spreading the court. Here's Kleppe with it. Ryan looking underneath, gets in the corner for Southern for three. It's no good off the rim. Rebound Dang. 2 seconds remaining. Dang at a three-pointer at the horn is good. Kiki Dang, what? He missed 3 free throws, but he gets the three-pointer. He's got 15 at halftime. Wow. Our halftime score, Dowling 42, Valley 40. Mark Amadale alongside Mike Swain and Jimmy Cataldo. And guys, before we go to break, we total up our score, and your thoughts before we go to our break.
Well, I thought Dowling played a fantastic half, and it's just unfortunate for them on that last play. Dang just made a little double clutch 3 with almost no time left. Otherwise, Dowling goes in leading by 5. But they have an answer every time Valley tried to get back in this game. And I think if you're Coach Einerson, you got to feel really good about how they played in that first half.
I think on all made baskets by Dowling, Valley's pushing the tempo. I think after every made basket, I think somebody's got to find Stinson immediately and slow him down, because he seems to be the guy coming out of the made basket to be pushing the pressure. Somebody's got to find him, slow him down immediately, which should slow down the tempo after a made basket.
Dowling with the 2-point lead here at halftime in this boys contest. The Maroons are 6 out of 7 at the free throw line. Valley just 3 of 9 at the free throw line. We'll take a 2-minute break, come back as we will talk to assistant coach for the Dowling girls here at halftime as we total up our scoring. Again, halftime of the boys contest, Dowling 42, Valley 40. Earlier tonight it was the Valley girls defeating Dowling 55-42. And we'll be back with our halftime guests following these messages after this 2-minute break on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Westgate Dental, offering cosmetic, family, implant, and general dentistry. Located at 1073rd Street, Suite 1 in West Des Moines, just behind Dowling Catholic High School. Learn more at westgatedentalia.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com, 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more.
Brightside Aesthetics by Ducharme Dermatology provides advanced and medical aesthetics, body contouring, wellness, and spa services. Learn more at brightsideiowa.com. Thank you, Brightside Aesthetics, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for programming comes from Klein Electric, a local family-oriented electrical contractor, a 100% employee-owned company with branches across the Midwest to provide comprehensive electrical services. Klein Electric is able to help with any residential and commercial project. Learn more at kleinelectric.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from the Catholic Tuition Organization. Reduce or eliminate your Iowa income tax and instead give to the Catholic Tuition Organization and receive 75% Iowa tax credits. These tax credits are going fast, so reserve yours today and learn more about the Catholic Tuition Organization at ctoiowa.org. ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their futures.
Catholic Tuition Organization, a great investment in our kids. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Westgate Dental, offering cosmetic, family, implant, and general dentistry. Located at 1073rd Street, Suite 1 in West Des Moines, just behind Dowling Catholic High School. Learn more at westgatedentalia.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
And welcome back to the Dowling Catholic Gym. Mark Amadale alongside Mike Swain and Jimmy Cataldo as halftime of the boys contest. Dowling leads Valley 42-40. And we're now joined by Audrey Faber, Dowling assistant basketball coach, girls basketball coach. Coach, appreciate you coming up. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Much better?
Yeah.
Thanks for being here tonight. Packed house.
Thanks. I know.
Start
Typical Dowling Valley game, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And it's good to see you coaching still while in the business world.
I know. They're keeping me around. I'll take it.
I'm glad to have you. I know you You got a shout out to those folks in Omaha who abandoned you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, Mom and Dad, Grandma and Grandpa. I don't know. If
They
any
abandoned
of
you guys.
Right? Uh-huh.
You and your poor sister, you know, up in Ankeny.
Poor us,
Yeah,
right?
poor us. Well, what happened here? My gosh, what a game it was.
Yeah.
55-42 Valley defeated the Dowling girls. I know you came off your trip up at Minneapolis over the weekend. You went 1-1 against some pretty good teams. You faced a real good team in Valley. They're loaded.
Yeah.
And thoughts on the game? I mean,
Yeah.
they defended you very well, and I've seen Dowling defend teams very well.
Yep.
Your thoughts on that tonight?
I mean, obviously credit to Valley. Like you said, they did guard us very well, packed it in the lane. Like you said, didn't get a lot going offensively, which kind of was a struggle early. But yeah, I mean, luckily for us, it's early, right? Got an opportunity on Friday to kind of turn it around, but a lot of takeaways from this, and but really credit to Valley for the way they played.
Yeah, you know, it doesn't get any easier. You have Centennial here and Coach DeYoung on Friday, and they got done beating the team that beat both Valley and Dowling last year at the state tournament, and that was Pleasant Valley. So they're just lining them up, aren't they?
Right, I know. It never ends, right? Tough schedule, but that's what we want, right? We seek out hard competition, and so we got Centennial coming in here on Friday. Few days of prep, and we got to be ready to go.
Yeah, and you know, Ava comes back, and what a year she's had thus far, 27 points, averaging that, and you know, 6.5 rebounds, dishes out 5 assists a game, and you got Ellie Muller. Hard to believe she's just a sophomore after seeing her freshman year. I know you work with the post players a lot, and you know, she's just come along so well. But yeah, you got some youth. You know, when you graduate a Julia Moore. Or a Lauren Frericks. You know, there's a big piece of the puzzle. And as Jimmy said during the contest, who's Dowling's stopper? Who's their defensive stopper? You always have one person.
Yeah.
And, you know, I guess that'll play out after 3 games. But your thoughts on something like that?
Yeah. I mean, luckily for us, we have defenders across the board, I would say. And then it helps to have Ellie in the paint, right, to kind of clean things up for us. Ava's a really good defender. And then we also have good returning pieces in Layla and Oli. So we have all the pieces. We got to figure it out, get it together, and we'll be better by Friday.
Tonight is MBC night. That's the Maroon Basketball Club, am I right?
That is correct, I believe.
Yeah, and I think they're all up in the cafeteria area.
Yeah.
How come you're not up there signing posters? Or do you sign them ahead of time? That's what I heard was going on.
Yeah. No, Meyer's up there signing. They don't need my signature. They want hers, so she's up there.
Well, they don't know your background like I do. I can help them out a little bit. As we're visiting with Audrey Faber here, assistant coach for the Dowling girls basketball team following Valley's win over Dowling tonight, 55-42. And, you know, what's been the challenge, like over the summer, you know, graduating 2 starters, trying to fill in? I know Katie Muller, Ellie's little sister, doing a nice job. I see a lot of Ava Zediker in her a little bit, just kind of, you know, going into the game. But Layla Tritton back, Ellie Olson back. But, you know, Macy Harden, some points off the bench tonight. This is a career high of 6 points tonight. Hit a couple of threes, and she was in there for defensive purposes. But how do you see these pieces to this Dowling puzzle of girls basketball playing out?
Yeah, with Julia and Lauren leaving, I mean, just obviously very good on the floor, but really, really great leaders off the floor. So obviously we returned a lot. So those returners had to step up into leadership positions. And then, you know, Macy finding a role. She's done a really good job on the defensive end. She's a very physical player, and then has found opportunities on the offensive end. Just because we have other scorers around her, right? So she's found openings. And then, like you said, Katie, just a freshman, so we see a lot there, a lot of potential, like you said. She can kind of do it all. So we're excited about her. Everyone will continue to grow and continue to grow together, hopefully.
And you're working with the Dowling post players in practice, right?
Yep, sometimes guards, you know, wherever they need me.
Well, you did both. I've seen you down low, and I've seen you knock down the jumper from beyond the arc.
Yeah.
Those great days. Well, I'll tell you what, kiddo, it's good to see you, Audrey, and I'm glad you're still part of the program.
Thank you.
I wish it was after a victory where you bring some guests with you, but tonight.
Maybe Friday.
Hopefully Friday. You know, getting one at Dowling against Coach DeYoung is one of my favorite people, by the way. He's a great guy, class guy. But his team will be hard-nosed. But I know you go to work tomorrow. Work tomorrow and Thursday in practice and be ready for Friday.
That's right.
We'll see what happens.
That's right.
Anybody want to give a shout-out that might be listening, maybe in western part of the state of Iowa, the eastern part of Nebraska?
Grandma and Grandpa Nizzy. I don't know. I know they watched. I don't know if they're listening. I don't know if my mom and dad are.
We're synced up with the YouTube and
you are?
Yeah, we are tonight. Thanks to the IT guy here.
Perfect.
So we're synced up.
Any of my family members that are listening.
Oh, that
Shout
covers
out
it.
to any
and
of
that's
them.
a broad base. All right. Audrey, thank you. Best of luck. We'll talk to you
Thank
Friday.
you.
Audrey Faber, our guest here at halftime. We'll take a break, come back. Our halftime score of the boys contest, 42-40. Dowling leading Valley. Back with Mike Swain and Jimmy Cataldo after this 1-minute break here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
In the minds of non-Catholics, Catholicism often conjures up images of Catholic stuff. Candles, crucifixes, rosaries, statues, holy water, oils, and the like. These are called sacramentals, not to be confused with the 7 sacraments. They are material items that the Lord uses as conduits of his blessing. Because of our belief in sacramentals, Catholics have sometimes been accused of practicing magic. But magic is the pagan and New Age belief that an object has power in and of itself. Sacramentals, on the other hand, are the Christian belief that the living and true God uses his creation as instruments of grace and healing. Sacramentals appear throughout the Scriptures. James speaks of anointing with oil. Acts of the Apostles tells us that Paul's handkerchiefs brought healing power to those whom they touched. In the Old Testament, Elisha's bones were used to bring a dead man back to life. And of course, the Gospels portray our Lord himself often using water, mud, or even his own spit to perform mighty works of healing and cleansing, a power which Jesus passed on to his priests to be continued to this day. Sacramentals are neither magic nor make-believe, but powerful weapons to be utilized in our spiritual journeys. This is Greg Ewell for Faith Check.
KWKY Des Moines, K233BT Des Moines, KIHS Adel.
And we're underway here in the second half. Valley with the first possession, but Dowling with the stealing basket by Broderick. And the Maroons now with a 44-40 lead here in the third quarter. Mark Amadale, Mike Swaim, and Jimmy Cataldo. Swimmer, how about that? What a way to start the half.
Well, great defense by Broderick. They had Stinson isolated on that block, and Broderick was able to get the steal and then take it coast to coast.
Underneath, Stinson off the glass, good from the right block. So Curtis Stinson with his 12th point. For Joe Broderick, that is point number 19 for Joe. He had 17 at halftime to lead Dowling in his first varsity start and game. Underneath Broderick on the baseline, shot up and good right over Marcus McGregor.
Right now, Valley has no answer for Broderick. He's just using his body so well and just finishing.
And that was kind of an ugly shot. Now Stinson's going to take over, and here's a lean-in shot up and good. The basket will count by Curtis Stinson. A foul on Dowling, as they will get Joe Broderick for the foul. Is that right? Yeah, they do.
First one of the game for Joe, but you know it's somebody that Einerson picked out in at the halftime of the girls' game during the interviews. Broderick and his athleticism running, up and down the court, and you're seeing a lot of that tonight. And you got to love to see that as a 5. I mean, you lived in the days of Sean Sonderleiter when he didn't even leave the lane on the ball going down. Sonderleiter would stay at the other end and say, you got to go. Well, now you're seeing 5s go up and down the court.
Now here's Capola in the lane. Shot off the glass, good for Joey Capola.
Good answer there. 3 straight possessions have been right to Stinson for Valley. Keep watching. I think Coach Windhorst has really wanted to get him involved early on in this second half.
Dowling by 3, 48-45. Capola with 11 points. Stinson underneath, is shot up and good. And Broderick had no answer for him.
Yeah, that's 4 straight where nobody's touched the ball but Stinson.
Now Valley the other way, or Dowling the other way, a shot up and no good. Ball safe from going out of bounds. No, it's not. Went off the hands of Jaden McGregory over there in the far corner. It'll be Dowling basketball. Dowling by 1, 6:10 to go here in the third quarter. Mark Amadale alongside Mike Swain, Jimmy Cataldo, and we're going to get some of Jimmy's halftime stats if we don't get through too far in the third quarter. Broderick fakes the 3, now steps back. We'll take the 3. It's up, good! It's a night for Joe Broderick. His second 3 of the night. He's got 24 points. And Dowling with a 4-point lead, 51-47 over Valley, under 6 minutes to play, third quarter. Stinson on the right block, follow-away jumper, good. Can't stop that.
Well, so they're just posting him up every time now, Mark, and I think Dowling's going to have to adjust how they guard him. 16
points. And now Dowling the other way, and a shot up and good. And who is that? Dante Cataldo getting loose.
Yeah, Valley just not accounting for Dante. Good look that time by Dowling.
Here's Deng in the lane. These are to McGregor, and a shot up and good. Timeout Valley as Jaden McGregory, rather, with the basket, and that is his 5th point of the night. We'll keep it here, 5:18 to go. In the third quarter, Dowling by 2, 53-51 over Valley. Mike, Jimmy?
I think if Valley is going to continue to post up Stinson, they've got to bring help from the backside. You can't leave from the passing guard who is on that outside, because Valley's got either Kasem or Dang who can shoot that. You've got to bring help from the backside, but you can't just allow Stinson to just sit down there and operate out of that post.
Jimmy, got numbers.
So for the Maroons, for the first half, shot 53% from the field, 46% from 3, 16 rebounds and 4 turnovers. Valley in the first half, 47 from the field, shot 53% from the 3-point with 6 3-pointers in that second quarter alone, 14 rebounds and just 3 turnovers. So all in all, a very equal game on the statistics, but Maroons are finding some big shots on the threes. Can they keep it up throughout the game when they need it? Because, again, to your point, Stinson's finding his way with the baskets, and he's going to continue to do so until the Maroons can stop him.
Stinson, or rather Broderick, with 25 points, leads down. Now an offensive rebound by Broderick. The ball is rebounded, and McGregor picks up the foul as Joe tried to put it back in, and he'll go to the free throw line. And on McGregor, that's his 3rd foul. So he and Urak, the 2 posts for Valley, with 3 fouls each.
Yeah, Valley's got some real issues with the post as far as foul trouble with 5 minutes to go here, Mark, in the third quarter.
First free throw good. Broderick now with 26 points in the contest. They had him for 17 at halftime. Second free throw coming. Good.
Suppose BJ had Broderick anywhere on the scouting report?
No.
Coming into this game?
I mean, he's making up for lost time from last year. I mean, this is amazing what his performance is tonight.
Well, BJ was here for the scrimmage, Dowling and North, last Monday, so he saw him a little bit, but he's since had his hair cut. Now here's Stinson in the lane, shot no good, gets his own rebound, put back no good, tip no good. Ball slapped around, and Urak comes away with it, and his shot up and good. So Valley just pounded it inside, and Urak with his 4th point.
That's the one time we've seen Dowling give up multiple offensive second chance opportunities there. They've been really good on the boards up until that point.
Now Kleppe underneath. His shot is blocked by Urak after the miss by Southern. Rebound Valley, and now here's Stinson for a layup. It's no good. Kaysen with the rebound. His shot is blocked. Puts it back up. Blocked again by Kleppe. Rebound Broderick. Joe with it. 1-on-2 going against Urak. His shot up and blocked by Urak. Into the hands of Southern. 4 minutes to play in the third. Dowling by 2, 55-53. And the Maroons will run their half-court offense.
The officials are going to let these guys settle this on the court. They are letting a lot of things go, and I think it's great.
Play through the contact if there is any. Here's Kleppe in the lane. Leaves it for Broderick. Shot up and no good. Rebound Kleppe, and he has it taken away from him by Valley's Marcus McGregor. What a game. Typical Dowling Valley. Can't wait for the rematch next month or in January. All right, here's Kaysen with it for the Tigers. Kyle passes it back to Dang, right corner to McGregor. Dang with it, top of the key for 3, it's no good. Long rebound out to Stinson, dribbles baseline. Underneath it, an offensive foul. Well, it is on Stinson.
Yeah, I thought that was good position by Joey Capolo that time. I mean, he's in legal guarding position. Just because you're moving doesn't mean that you have to be set. That time Stinson lowered his shoulder. I thought that was a good call.
Joey's working his tail off out there trying to keep Stinson at bay and losing the battle most times, but his effort has been the best that you can see. It's a very, very athletic kid once he gets inside the lane.
So Stinson picks up his second foul, team foul number 2 on Valley here in the third quarter. Dowling with 1 team foul, 55-53 Maroons. 3 minutes to play. Here's Nick Frericks, number 3 into the Dowling lineup to Kleppe. Ryan with it, trying to come off a ball screen, and he travels or double dribbles with the basketball. Now, William Dotson and B.J. Windhorst having a conversation. I've never seen a coach agree with too many officials, including you. Your dad is another thing. Your dad was too polite. All right, here is Kaysen for 3 for Valley. It's no good. Capolo gets the rebound. Immediately, McGregory gets up on him, and now Joe goes across the timeline and fouling McGregory. On Jaden, that'll be his first. So now the fouls are coming out here. 3 team fouls on Valley, Coach.
Well, at some point, the legs start going away a little bit, and you start bodying people up more, and that's when the fouls start accumulating. But to your point, Mike, is that these guys are letting them play so much that you love to see it because it's turning out to be an entertaining game.
All right, here's Broderick guarded by Kaysen. Joe with it, looking to pass it. Gets it out to Kleppe. Ryan with it, coming off a ball screen by Broderick. Can't get off a shot. He's guarded by Kaysen. Kleppe in the lane with the left hand. Shot up and off the back iron. No good. Rebound Broderick. His putback no good. And a tip no good. Rebound Allier. His shot up and too strong. Rebound Dowling. Broderick shot block. By the way, the shot clock's been reset. And officials now want to talk about it. 55-53 Dowling. Minute 59 to go in the third quarter. Tyler Wellendorf stopped the play, and now he's visiting with William Dotson and Johnny Getting.
Well, how about between Broderick and Kleppe and Agao down low? I mean, just keeping that ball. It was like a volleyball match, just keeping it back and forth, back and forth. Those are the kind of plays Dowling's got to make to win this game.
So the Maroons out there with Maddox Coppola will check in for his brother Joey. Broderick stays in. He'll throw it in. Allier Agao, number 33, a 6'8 senior for Dowling. In there along with Ryan Kleppe. And Joey Coppola. Oh, excuse me, Frerich's in there. That's who we're missing. Minute 45 to go, Dowling by 2. Coppola for 3, up good! Joey knocks it down. He's got 14 tonight, and that's his 4th 3.
That's a third 3 he's hit in big possessions, and Joey continues to do that. I tell you, they're going to extend this game well into the 4th.
Stinson for 3, and it's good. Oh, the shootout is on. Curtis Stinson with 21 points. That is his second 3 of the night. Check that, 22 points for Stinson. 58-56, Dowling by 2, minute 10 to go. Coppola backing in against McGregory. Out to Allier. Back to Allier. His shot up, good! Allier Agao. How about that?
Young man has been such a project since the 8th grade. He's had the height. It's just teaching him the game of basketball, and this enthusiasm for the game is unmatched.
Stinson for 3, it's no good. And hitting the ground hard is Frerichs on the rebound, but he gets back up. Or check that. That is Coppola hitting the ground hard. Underneath, a shot up and no good by Jaden McGregory, and he drew the foul. Max Coppola hit the ground hard. Kleppe will pick up his first foul for Dowling.
Yeah, that was a nice recognition by McGregory. The ball had been swung, and the Dowling defense hadn't rotated. He was able to put the ball on the floor, get to the basket, draw some contact.
Southern will check in after the first of 2 free throws for Jaden McGregory. First one up, no good. Valley tonight, 3 of 9 going into the third quarter. They're now 3 of 11 at the free throw line. Wow. Checking in for Dowling. Maddox Coppola will stay in after hitting the ground. As Broderick sits down. Second free throw no good.
And I love that Coach Einerson gets Joey Coppola and Broderick both a little rest here before the start of the fourth quarter.
Here's Kleppe with it. And there's a guy that's logged a lot of minutes, Ryan Kleppe tonight. He has 4 points all in the first half, 60-56. But we've seen him go unleashed a little bit offensively. 9 on the shot clock, 12 on the game clock. Here's Kleppe. Here's Coppola at the buzzer. It's no good as the shot clock went up. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Valley basketball with 1.5 seconds to play. So Maddox Coppola got the shot, but it wouldn't fall. Valley will have 1.5 seconds. And they lob it in. McGregor with it to Stinson for 3 at the horn. It'll count if it goes. It doesn't. And we've come to the end of the third quarter with the score here from the Dowling gym. Dowling 60, Valley 56. Hang on, the fourth quarter is up next here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Westgate Dental, offering cosmetic, family, implant, and general dentistry. Located at 1073rd Street, Suite 1 in West Des Moines, just behind Dowling Catholic High School. Learn more at westgatedentalia.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com. 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more.
Brightside Aesthetics by Ducharme Dermatology provides advanced and medical aesthetics, body contouring, wellness, and spa services. Learn more at brightsideiowa.com. Thank you, Brightside Aesthetics, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
And welcome back to the Dowling Gym. Mark Amadale alongside Mike Swain and Jimmy Cataldo tonight. Yep, three-man crew, opening night of high school boys basketball here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Dowling leading Valley 60-56. The Tigers 3 of 12 at the free throw line through three quarters. Dowling 8 of 9. And a corner three by Southern is no good. And that thing was knocked halfway down the hallway by Kyle Kaysen of Valley with the block.
Yeah, good defensive play that time by Kasem. And look, Dowling's they got to recognize time and score here in this fourth quarter. They got to get good possessions. They got to be strong with the ball. They know Valley's going to overplay defensively.
All right, Coppola with it. That's Joey Coppola. As he has the ball knocked out of bounds with 19 on the shot clock. Both teams in man-to-man defense. For Dowling, it's Cole Southard, Joey Coppola, Joe Broderick, Ryan Kleppe, and Dante Cataldo, the five on the floor. And now the pass to Cataldo on the corner, and he went to meet the ball, and he committed the foul. He fouled Stinson, so on Dante, that'll be his second foul. Team foul number 1 of Dowling here in the fourth quarter.
I know Southern wanted to run the called set there, but he had Broderick wide open. All you got to do is pass it to him instead of trying to force the ball to Dante Cataldo.
Yeah, sometimes the called set doesn't present itself when something else might be open. And here's Deng with it, and he dribbles baseline, a foul on Kleppe before the shot. So Dowling immediately with 2 fouls here in the fourth quarter. Keep in mind, on the 5th foul, you shoot double bonus the rest of the half, or quarter rather. Tigers rebound. Now here's a steal by Cataldo. Took it away from Deng. Underneath the shot is blocked. Rebound Kiki Deng. The other way we go. Kiki down the lane. His shot up and good.
Wow. Block and coast to coast for Kiki Deng.
17 points for Deng. And Dowling's lead is now 2, 60-58 over Valley. Corner three from the Maroons. It's no good by Coppola and out of bounds to Valley. So this is where the outside shots, your legs are starting to go, and the Maroons are settling for threes. And
I thought that was the one time Dowling sort of settled, and you look at that's a 4-point turnaround. Layup, missed on the other end, and then a layup going the other way, and now a missed three. Dowling's got to be a little careful here.
Here's Stinson with the basketball. Dowling stays man-to-man. Underneath, a shot off the glass, good by Marcus McGregor, and that is his first basket of the night, and he went strong inside for the lefty.
Yeah, it was good recognition. He had Joey Coppola, much smaller guard on him, just turned, powered his way to the basket.
60 all, Dowling and Valley, 6:20 to go here in the fourth quarter. We got a timeout by Dowling with 19 on the shot clock, and this will be a full. We'll take one with them. 6:17 to go here in the fourth quarter. We're tied at 60, Dowling and Valley from the Dowling Gym on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for programming is provided by Construction Professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. cpcustomhomes.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Caldwell Parish Funeral Home and Crematory. Caldwell Parish offers services that are unique to the individual while following the Catholic funeral rites. Caldwell Parish Funeral Home and Crematory, Des Moines' only Catholic-owned and operated funeral home.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One. Live your best life with Mercy One. With Iowa's largest network of care locations, personalized care is right in your neighborhood. Schedule online at mercyone.org.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym. We're tied at 60 here in this boys contest. Dowling and Valley in the fourth quarter with 6:10 to go. Kleppe with it for the Maroons as they take the ball out of the timeout. 10 on the shot clock. Kleppe against Jurek. A shot up, no good. And fight for the rebound goes off of Broderick in the hands of Kleppe. Kicks it out to Coppola, and Joey with the baseline jumper, good. Good stretch that time. Dowling kept the ball alive.
Yeah, nice job by Broderick keeping that alive and then able to get that ball to Joey Coppola. And interesting change for Coach Windhorst. He put Stinson that time on Broderick.
Why not? Because Joe probably wasn't on their scouting report. Whistling a foul called on the Maroons. This one will be on Kleppe, and Ryan has picked up his third foul. That's the third team foul on Dowling. Urich at the line. His free throw good. Trevin Urich with his 5th point of the night. He and Marcus McGregor, both posts, suffering from the flu. Second free throw no good. Rebound Broderick. And Dowling. Here's Coppola with it. It's Coppola, Cataldo, Kleppe, Broderick, and Southard, the 5 on the floor for Dowling. Here's Coppola in the lane. Reverse layup blocked by Stinson, out of bounds to Valley. Good job by Curtis Stinson. Help side defense, came over and blocked the shot and then kept the ball from going off of him when Coppola tried to throw it off him.
I thought Joey had a lane there, but nice defensive play. And then look at this quick transition by Valley, but dang, can't hit.
Rebound Broderick, outlet to Southard. Cole on the baseline, teardrop jumper, good on the baseline. Cole Southard. He's got 11 points tonight. And it's 64-61, Dowling by 3. Deng for 3, in and out, no good. Offensive rebound, Stinson, and the putback is good. Stinson with 24 points and a timeout by Valley. We'll keep it here with just under 5 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. 64-63, Dowling by 1. Mark Amadale, Mike Swaim, and Jimmy Cataldo. You got those stats right.
These stats are so outdated at this point. I mean, you left me alone for the last 8 minutes or 4 minutes, but that's okay.
They had nothing else to do. Swain's been doing all the commentary. I mean, how could they be off?
It's such a complete game. These kids are playing unbelievable up and down, but how about the adjustment out of B.J. Windhorst and then Coach Justin Inerson throughout this game, learning a little bit about their opponents and about what they need to do to get the best matchups. As Swaim, as you pointed out, Stinson going on Broderick may allow Valley to be more athletic when Broderick has really taken it to Urich and then McGregor when he's guarded him.
Well, and both big guys in foul trouble, so it keeps those guys from getting their fourth foul. And I just am so impressed with Stinson, how strong he is. And he gets that ball down in that post. I mean, you saw that rebound. He just cleared guys out. Easy bucket for him. It's so difficult to guard.
He's really had his way once he got to the lane. And he's getting to the lane effortlessly, and his athleticism is getting him above the rim. And really, Dowling don't have much to match that.
And who was Stinson guarding before they switched him over to Broderick?
Oh, he was on Coppola.
So that's the guy who's got to step up, I think, because now he's got a different defender on him.
See, now they've moved him back, and I think Coach Windhorst did that because they were going to do a design set for Broderick, but actually Valley's gone to a little zone here.
Yeah, they have. First time tonight, 64-63, Dowling by 1, 15 on the shot clock. On Dowling's offensive possession as they go left to right. Towards the north basket here at Dowling. Corner 3 by Southard is short. Fight for the rebound. Dowling comes away with it. Broderick with the hustle. Corner 3 by Cataldo is no good. And it's out of bounds to Dowling, says the officials. William Dotson, Johnny Getting, and Tyler Weldendorf. As the Maroons with a substitution, Maddox Coppola will check in. And checking out will be Dante Cataldo.
Let's see if Valley stays. It looks like they're going to match up, I think, out of this.
Brand new shot clock. Here's Broderick with it to Coppola. Maddox with it down the lane. Kicks it out to Southard for three. It's no good. And Coppola with the rebound to his brother Joey for three. It's up and no good. Rebound Urick and Valley. 4 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Dowling by one. Valley with the basketball. Here's Stinson. Guarded by Coppola, and Maddox fouls him.
Well, you saw that coming. Stinson was not going to give up that ball. That was a great spin move that time to draw the contact.
That's the third foul on Maddox Coppola, and more importantly, the fourth team foul on Dowling. So Valley will be in the two-shot bonus the rest of the game once they inbound the ball. They get it to Kaysen. Kyle with it. Guarded by Southard. McGregor with it. They lob underneath. Stolen away by Kleppe.
Well, Gregory had the right idea that time, but you got to let Urick get his position, and that it was a little too quick.
Kleppe guarded by Urick. Let's see if he wants to take him one-on-one. He does on the right side, but Valley's got both their posts in there, Urick and McGregor. Ball tipped out of bounds by Valley, also by the Tigers. And the Maroons will inbound the ball. Here's Joey Coppola with it. Throws it in, gets to Southard. Cole with it. Back to Dante Cataldo with 9 on the shot clock. Here's Broderick, guarded by McGregor. In the lane, his shot up, good! Took it to the hole, and that's what Dowling has to do instead of settling for those outside jumpers.
That's just a mismatch with McGregor on him out front. He can't guard him. They've got to get. I think you've got to go back to Stinson or a more athletic player to guard Broderick.
29 points for Joe Broderick. Dowling by three, 66-63, yep. And now double dribble on Stinson.
I was like, were they going to miss that? You and I saw that from here. I was like, whoa, that was a double.
Dowling's really got to fight through the picks because, as McGregor comes up and tries to pick for Stinson, leaves a mismatch as they're switching on the picks, and they're not finding the right matchups.
What's our turnovers like tonight, both teams?
It's been very even. Dowling's sitting at 6 and 7, and Valley has 8.
Yeah, well,
very well played.
Just as you're talking about turnovers, Stinson creates one. That time, Broderick can't handle the pass, and Valley turns him over.
Yeah, it went off Broderick out of bounds as the Maroons tried to inbound it off of Stinson's double dribble. So the Tigers have it. 30 on the shot clock. 2:45 to go. Dowling by 3 over number 1 ranked Valley. Here's Urick with it in traffic. A shot up, no good, and a whistle and a foul on Broderick, I believe. And that will be Joe's second foul. 15 foul on Dowling, 2 shots the rest of the way. Joined us late, brand new high school rule this year, girls and boys basketball. They reset the fouls every quarter, just like women's college basketball. And when you get to 5, it's 2 shots the rest of the way for that quarter. No more 1-and-1s.
I think Coach Windhorst is going to have some things to work on at practice tomorrow, namely free throws. Valley has been awful.
Missed both, did Urick. Rebound Dowling. Urick 1 for 4 tonight at the line. Valley 4 for 16 at the free throw line, unofficially that I have. 66-63, Dowling by 3, 2.5 minutes to go. This is the season opener for the boys programs tonight. Valley, the defending champs. Tigers beat Waukee Northwest 75-67 at the state 4A championship last year to finish 21-5. And they've won 4 in a row against Dowling, and now shot clock violation by the Maroons.
That's great defense by Valley.
Yeah, it's kind of like an NBA game. Yeah. They really don't intensify the defense until the last maybe 3 minutes of the game, and you're seeing that now. And Dowling's doing a little offense-defense matchup. When Dowling's on defense, they're bringing in Dante and taking out Maddox. And then when they go to offense, Maddox comes in for Dante.
Here's Stinson, guarded by Cataldo. They lob it inside to Urick. His shot up and good. The basket will count. A foul on Broderick. Good move by Urick. That time he got a little deeper, Mike, with his post inside where the block is. He got a little deeper and was able to turn and score.
Stinson did a nice job letting him get position that time and then going inside to the big man. Got great position and able to finish.
Urick with his 7th point. And a chance for an and one here, and it's good. 8 points for Urick, battling the flu. And we're tied at 66, minute 45 to go here in the fourth quarter from the Dowling Gym. Glad you could join us tonight on Iowa Catholic Radio. And I believe we're streaming through the Huddle account. Now a three-pointer, no good, but a foul on Urek, and he says he got the ball, but he fouled Kleppe, and he'll get 3.
I was just going to mention that Valley only has 1 foul in the quarter. Or is it
Urek just fouled out.
Yeah, and they could afford to be aggressive, but
check that.
That was a mistake. I mean, you can't foul a three-point shooter.
Kleppe will go to the line for 3. Urek has foul number 4. I had him for 5, and they have him for 4. First free throw, no good by Kleppe. Last year a 66% free throw shooter. He'll get 1 more. He'll get 2 more. Got moisture on the floor, and they're trying to take care of that on the right in front of the Valley bench.
Well, you got to expect that, everything at this point is going to find its way through Stinson. So, it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to handle the ball screens that they're going to get for Stinson. Are they going to switch? Are they going to try to keep fighting through it? But Stinson's had his way going to the basket. So how are they going to cut off his dribble drives?
They're tied at 66. Dowling and Valley. Tigers come in. Preseason ranked number 1 in Class 4A boys.
This has been a long delay for Kleppe here. He missed that first one, and we've got all of these, everything, the moisture on the floor.
Dowling wants a timeout when he's done. Second free throw good. Maybe that helped him.
Yeah, nice job by him just setting up and.
And now he'll get the third free throw. Dowling by 1, 67-66. Coach Einertson of Dowling wants a timeout if it's made, and it's not. Rebound Valley. So Kleppe goes 1 for 2. Dowling by 1. Minute and a half to go, fourth quarter. Packed house here at the Dowling Gym. Here's Stinson, guarded by Cataldo. Dribbles over in the corner. Gets it out to Kaysen for 3. It's no good, and he draws the foul. Coppola. Joey with the foul that time. And 3 free throws coming for Kaysen.
Joey did everything to avoid that. Just his momentum took him into Kaysen as he was landing on his shot. Joey knew it.
First foul on Coppola. Kaysen's free throw good. 82% free throw shooter a year ago. He's got 10 points to make that 11 points tonight. Tied at 67. Second free throw good. Tried to come out. And we have a full timeout, I believe.
Yeah, interesting that.
And we'll keep it here.
PJ took that. He's still got another free throw to go because he's got 3. He took it after 2. So.
Well, he wants to make sure if he misses, and they've missed a lot, he wants to get his play in right now.
Yeah, I get it.
Full court press, would you say?
Yeah. So, and Dowling sitting here with 3 timeouts. Valley with 1. Any foul that Dowling commits is going to send Valley to the line. Valley only has 1 team foul in this quarter, so they've got some to give. They can afford to be aggressive, and I think you are going to see some pressure because, again, they've got those to give away there.
All right, scoring in this contest for Valley, they're led by Curtis Stinson with 24 points. Kiki Dang with 17. Kyle Kaysen with 12 points, and in the post, Trevor Urek playing with 4 fouls has 8 for Dowling. Joe Broderick, 29 points. Joey Coppola with 16 points. And Cole Southard with 11. Kleppe has 5 points. And if you joined us late, Riddick Metten will not be available until next week to play for Dowling. It'll be a week from Friday, I believe he comes back. Third free throw by Kaysen, good. He's 3 for 3 tonight at the line. He's got 13 points. And a whistle and a backcourt foul on Valley, which we talked about. They have fouls to give, if you will.
Well, and it's smart. Valley wants to try and keep the ball out of Joey Coppola's hands, but that time just a little too aggressive by Dang.
Dang with his second foul. Team foul number 2 on Valley here in the fourth quarter. Minute 10 to go. Valley by 2. This is their largest lead of the night, believe it or not. Underneath, a shot no good by Coppola with the left hand. Rebound Valley and Stinson.
What a great drive by Coppola.
Yeah.
It did everything but go in.
Tigers by 2, and they have the basketball. 24 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Urek with it to Stinson. They run their dribble weave. Stinson guarded by Maddox Capola. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Dang with it, guarded by Capola. That's Joey over there. Now back to Stinson, and reach-in foul on Maddox.
Yeah, just a little too aggressive that time. I mean, you got 5 seconds on the shot clock. Stinson's already at the half court. I know you want to make a play, but that's going to send Stinson on the line for 2.
It's, youth, sophomore,
yeah,
not quite understanding the situation and being as far as he was from the basket.
So Curtis Stinson at the free throw line. He's got 24 points tonight, and he'll have 2 shots with 33 seconds to go, and Valley by 2. First one up and good. Tonight's game in the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, sponsored in part by Bozen the Florist, Ashworth Vision Clinic, and Construction Professionals. Is checking into the Dowling lineup tonight. Lucas Paoli, 6-foot junior, wearing number 15 for the first time.
Ball handling young man, just a junior, first appearance tonight.
Second free throw good.
Well, you got to give Valley a lot of credit. They're hitting free throws when they needed to here at the end of the game.
71-67, Valley by 4, timeout Dowling with 29 seconds to go, and they'll take a full timeout. We will too. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Valley 71, Dowling 67 in this boys contest. We'll return to the Dowling gym after this message here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from the Catholic Tuition Organization. Reduce or eliminate your Iowa income tax and instead give to the Catholic Tuition Organization and receive 75% Iowa tax credits. These tax credits are going fast, so reserve yours today and learn more about the Catholic Tuition Organization at ctoiowa.org. ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their futures.
Catholic Tuition Organization, a great investment in our kids.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com, 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more.
Support for programming comes from Klein Electric, a local family-oriented electrical contractor, a 100% employee-owned company with branches across the Midwest to provide comprehensive electrical services. Klein Electric is able to help with any residential and commercial project. Learn more at kleinelectric.com.
KWKY Des Moines, K233BT Des Moines, KIHS Adel.
And we're back here at the Dowling gym. 25 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. 71-67 Valley. Broderick underneath. His shot up and good. Right over Curtis Stinson. Cuts the lead to 2 for the Tigers. Dowling with full court pressure in the backcourt. Here's Kaysen with it. And we've got a timeout called by Valley and B.J. Windhorst as they were getting close to the 10-second mark. So we'll keep it here. With 8.6 seconds to play, Valley with a 2-point lead and the basketball, but they'll have the ball in the backcourt, and it will be a dead ball there, Coach Swain.
Yeah, so they're not going to be able to run the baseline. That Valley is out of timeouts, so that was their last timeout. So Valley's going to have to get the ball in. Dowling's got to hope for a steal initially on the initial pass, and if they don't, it's got to be a hard foul right away with only 8.6 seconds, which then will put Valley on the line for 2.
Well, it's exactly what you're thinking is that you try best you can to get in the passing lane. You can't. You got to foul immediately. You're looking at Dowling's lineup. They're putting a lot of quickness. Allier coming in. I'm not quite sure the decision to put Allier in there because, I'm not sure if he can chase down Urich if he's running the base.
They may put him on the ball. Since they can't run the baseline, it's something that they might look at. But yeah, everything's got to be quick. I mean, if you don't get that initial steal, it's got to be a hard foul.
Well, you got your defensive team in there right now because you got to get the turnover and have possession with 8.6 seconds to play. Mark Amadale, Mike Swain, Jimmy Cataldo joining me tonight.
Credit. They're not putting Allier on the ball. I'm not quite sure.
They're putting him at half court. Nobody's on the ball. Nobody's on the ball here. And they lob it in. They get it to Dang across the timeline, and they're going to go after him and a foul on Capola, and Kiki Dang will go to the line. With 5.8 seconds to go, I think they're going to make sure that it is Joey Capola with the foul. That's his second, and Dang for 2. Kiki tonight, 2 for 7 at the free throw line. Free throw good. Dang with 18 points.
Valley's made their last 7 free throws, Mark.
And now a 30-second timeout called by Valley. I want to thank Skeffington's Formal Wear, Catholic Tuition Organization, and Klein Electric for supporting our broadcast here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Our next broadcast will be this Friday night. Dowling once again home against Ankeny Centennial, girl-boy doubleheader. We'll have the A-team back. Scott Babinett will help me with the girls game. And then, Swim, if you're available, come in and sit in. But I think Cataldo over there is going to help me with the boys. I need a lot of help, as you know. You know, you baited him with the Kurt Warner story during the pregame, Jimmy, and you got it back at it. And his white shoes.
Well,
come on.
The thing I do get, there's only one person at this table who's logged varsity basketball minutes, and it's not you. so you got to give him credit where it's at. Until he says
who remembers that?
We're putting Allier on the ball, and he doesn't go on the ball.
I walked on the roundhouse.
Oh my!
Here we go. No good at a timeout. Dowling with 5 seconds to go. How about that? Ding misses the second free throw.
Yeah, and it's great for Coach Einerson that he had that timeout, so now he can draw up something here with 5.1. Granted, they're going to have it on the Mark. They're going to have to go 3/4 of the court,
right.
Okay? But they at least have a shot.
That's 5 dribbles.
Yep.
And a shot. That's what you have time for.
You pressure the ball at this time?
Yeah, if I'm Valley, I am pressuring the ball. Absolutely.
And they have fouls to give.
I absolutely would do that.
72-69.
Right.
Valley by 3 for our radio audience.
2 team fouls for Valley. So if I'm Coach Windhorst, I am pressuring the ball. I'm making them take every second. As soon as they cross half court, I'm fouling them.
You could probably knock off at least 3 seconds just with 2 fouls.
Mm-hmm. And keep in mind, Dowling has to have a 3. Obviously, down 3 here, 72-69, 5.1 to go.
You hope that there's a breakaway here where you can get the ball down the court and hopefully avoid all. All
right, Valley's not going to guard the inbounds thrower, and that's Dante Cataldo, the quarterback from the football team. Dante throws it down court, gets to Kleppe, across the timeline, and the ball's poked out of bounds. And Capola for 3, no good, and the game will end with Valley defeating Dowling 72-69. They had a shot. And
back of the rim, boy, right on line, just hit the back of the rim. And
tough loss for the Maroons. They had the lead. They led by as much as 14. Valley came back, and the Tigers' largest lead was the final score by 3, 72-69. So number 1 Valley survives Dowling tonight.
I think you got to give a lot of credit to Valley in that fourth quarter, stepping up and hitting big free throws when they needed to, and they did just enough on the defensive end, stop-wise, and just able to secure that win. I think Dowling was even a little surprised that Deng didn't foul there, and Kleppe couldn't get the shot off. But boy, Capola had a look. He had a look there.
He certainly did, and credit the Tigers. They come back in that fourth quarter as they were down by 4 going into the fourth quarter, as they make a run and free throws. Not the best night. They were 3 of 12 going into the fourth quarter for Valley, and they found a way. Even with Deng's 1 made, that's all you needed to potentially send it into overtime, but the Maroons couldn't do it. All right, we're going to take a 2-minute break. I want to thank Brady Grimm back at the Iowa Catholic Radio Studios, our studio producer tonight. We'll take a 2-minute break, come back. Jimmy Cataldo and I will do the stats and scoring and swimmer. You're going to analyze this. I think Coach Einerson's going to be up here. We got a few questions for him, I'm sure, but stay tuned. We'll get back to more. Final score in the boys contest: Valley 72, Dowling 69. Earlier tonight in the girls game, Valley defeated Dowling 55-42. So the Tigers, a doubleheader sweep on the road here at the Dowling Gym. We'll return after this 2-minute break for our postgame show here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
This is Dale Ahlquist with a Chesterton Minute. What is a patron saint? The classic professions such as soldiers or doctors have patron saints who represent the ideal of soldiering or doctoring. And yet, so many of the trades and crafts on which the modern world depends do not have an ideal figure. There is no patron saint of plumbers, for instance, and G.K. Chesterton says there should be. It would be a revolution, for it would inspire each individual plumber to consider that there was once a perfect being who actually did plumb. In the meantime, what do plumbers and the rest of us do? Chesterton says, keep before your eyes the supreme adventure of virtue. If you're kind, think of the man who was kinder than you. That's what is meant by having a patron saint. Want more than a minute? Visit us at chesterton.org.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. ashworthvision.com.
Support for programming comes from Klein Electric, a local family-oriented electrical contractor, a 100% employee-owned company with branches across the Midwest to provide comprehensive electrical services. Klein Electric is able to help with any residential and commercial project. Learn more at kleinelectric.com.
Support for programming is provided by construction professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. cpcustomhomes.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Westgate Dental, offering cosmetic, family, implant, and general dentistry. Located at 1073rd Street, Suite 1 in West Des Moines, just behind Dowling Catholic High School. Learn more at westgatedentalia.com.
And welcome back to the Dowling Catholic Gym. What a night of doubleheader girls and boys basketball, our season premiere here on Iowa Catholic Radio. And it was Valley sweeping Dowling in both the girls and boys games. 55-42, the final in the girls game. Valley the winner. And in the boys contest, it was Valley 72, Dowling 69. The Tigers with their largest lead at the end by 3 points over the Maroons. And boy, what a performance by both teams. I know they both have games coming up on Friday, Mike, as for Valley, they have a rematch of the state championship game last year, Waukee Northwest at Valley on Friday. And for Dowling, they host Ankeny Centennial.
Yeah, there's no easy nights for these teams, is there? But what a great high school basketball game. I mean, it was just up and down, back and forth. Every time, Dowling would get up to a lead, Valley would answer. And as Valley made runs, Dowling had big answers. I mean, there were big shots by multiple players on both sides, and it was a really clean game. I'm sure we'll get the turnover count from Jimmy here in a second, but it just was a really well played game. And you just think back to that layup that Joey Coppola had that missed, that would have tied the game. You wonder, just where that would have went with 29 seconds to go there. It was such a great drive by him. But, credit to Dowling. They hung in there and actually had a shot to tie it with 1 second left, and it rimmed out. So
how about the night in the season debut, his first varsity start, Joe Broderick. I've kind of beat that down all night, talking about it. But Joe didn't play last year as a junior, had ACL surgery on his knee. 31 points he finishes with tonight. He and Joey Coppola with 16 led Dowling in scoring. Cole Southard with 11 were the top three scorers for the Maroons. Dowling a very respectable 9 for 12 from the free throw line tonight. And that's a pleasant surprise seeing Joey Broderick come out and have his first game here.
Many of us who have watched Joey throughout his young career is not really surprised about it. I mean, he has shown all of this in the freshman level, the sophomore level, as he's played, and you saw a really good a glimpse about what he could be as a varsity. He lost the season last year to an injury, which really hurt because the Maroons really needed a big man last year. But you really saw what a lot of us already knew that Joey had. But the thing that we didn't expect was the consistency throughout. And you saw Joey take the ball to the basket on Urek and McGregor, both guys who are bigger than he was. They made the decision to put Stinson on him, somebody more athletic, but he still took the ball to the basket and he finished. Hit a couple big threes, which we haven't seen a ton out of him, but it's not a big surprise to many of us, but what a great start of his varsity career.
Yeah, no question. And, Mike, there were so many twists and turns during the game. The Maroons got out to a 14-point lead in the first half. You knew Valley was going to make their run. They did. Free throws hurt them. I'm still totaling those up. I may need to borrow a calculator with all those missed free throws by Valley. But they survived that, and, they go into halftime with the Maroons with a lead at half.
Yeah, it was a really back-and-forth game. And, again, I thought there were guys on, at different times in the game that made huge plays. I mean, you think about early on, Dang sort of kept Valley in the game with his three-pointers. I mean, he was lights out. And then all of a sudden in the second half, Stinson just really establishes himself and shows what kind of player he is. He's able to go down on that block. He's so strong down there. We already talked about Joe Broderick and what what a great job he did. But how about some of the shots that Joey Coppola hit too? Big threes at crucial times. It was just such a great game, back and forth. You just hate to see anybody lose this game, but it was a lot of fun for a high school opener here tonight against two great programs, two rivals. Just a great night of basketball.
Absolutely. Valley was led by Curtis Stinson with 26 points. He and Kiki Deng, who had 18, and Kyle Kaysen with 13 were their three leading scorers. And free throws, I got it done now, guys. 11 for 24 for Valley unofficially from the free throw line. And they were really struggling. They were just 3 of 12 heading into the fourth quarter.
What was the free throws for Dowling?
Dowling was 9 of 12.
9 of 12.
Unofficially.
Yeah.
Coach here has the official book, and we can get him in as head coach Justin Einertson, first year at Dowling, first game at Dowling. And, hey, welcome to Dowling Valley, Coach.
That's one heck of a start.
Wasn't that something?
Yeah, it was good. We knew that I knew. I think everybody in our locker room knew what we had in there and what kind of grit and toughness and playmaking ability we had. The game kind of changed midway through the third quarter, and I don't think that benefited us as much, where it was more of a half-court grind. I would say that's something, I think I said in my pregame interview, that's something that is going to develop over time, our ability to score in the half-court as we kind of understand this motion a little bit better. And we also missed a couple of layups that really hurt, had a couple of key turnovers, one of them after timeouts. We were running a special play and just threw it in, didn't look for the second option. Those are all growing pains that hopefully we will get over in about 12 hours because, that's something we got to sharpen up for our next one. But hopefully everybody here understands what these guys are capable of, and it's a special group to be a part of.
As a credit, you see the hard work, the little things that are put in, the hustle, and just making an offensive move to the basket and being aggressive. And that was one thing your team was tonight. They weren't passive. They were aggressive. And, coach speak, we've said this cliche because when we've done games together, get off to a great start. You got off to a really good start,
Sure.
Coach. You had to be happy.
Yeah, it was great. Guys were making great reads, finding the shooters. Joey, I thought, was really solid as an assist guy and a scorer. I don't know how many assists he had, but he was doing a great job setting people up. Yeah, it's exactly what I knew we could have been. Joe Broderick was probably a little bit more than I expected. That was awesome. That was dominant at times, and especially against about a 4 or 5 inch, size disadvantage. So I thought he did a great job. And then defensively, we were creating looks on offense, and Valley switched up who they were sending to the glass a little bit too, and made that harder for us to turn some of those misses into buckets. But we just got to get better as a half-court team, and I think we'll be more prepared to play Valley next time around.
Coach, first time I've been able to see this group with you. I actually got to see your team last year at Lincoln and saw the style of play, so I anticipated that. But here in live action against the defending state champs, how impressed were you with how your team started? And then I really thought what really looked good was some of the times that Valley would make runs and how your team answered that. As live, we've got live action now, and it's a big-time game. How impressed were you with the poise with your guys, coming out and answering some of those big runs that Valley had?
That was special. It would be easy for a team to come out here, get punched back in the mouth in the second quarter, and then fold at halftime, and we definitely didn't do that. If anything, we didn't make the plays they did down the stretch. But I thought we were there and ready to punch back. And honestly, that's just kind of that team's personality. I don't think every group would have that same type of mentality, but that's just who they are. Dante out there, we were missing shots like crazy. Dante goes 84 feet to be involved on both ends with a rebound. It's hard to teach that.
Yeah.
That's special. And, I give a lot of credit to Cole and Joey for stepping up and hitting big shots. Kleppy's been struggling shooting for about a couple of weeks now, but he's usually one of our go-to scorers as well. For us to score that many points and be that productive with one of our best scorers scoring 5 and another one not dressing, it's a lot to build on offensively. And, there's going to be a million things defensively that I look at film and I'm like, oh my goodness, we got to fix that. But I already know that we're going to defend well most nights because that's just who our guys are. They're willing to go out there and defend.
We're visiting with Justin Einertson, the Dowling boys basketball coach, following tonight's game. It was Valley defeating Dowling 72-69 here at the Dowling Gym. And are you taking questions from a parent?
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Coach.
I wear multiple hats around here, and
well, we don't know what hat he's got, Coach, but be prepared.
I a very impressive first game all around. I think the adjustments you were making throughout the game, and Coach Windhorst were making throughout the game on the fly. I thought Curtis Stinson really had his way getting to the basket. I'm sure that causes a lot of frustration, but that's a kid you can't stop. It's how do you slow him down? And so as you evolve throughout the game, what are some things that you're trying to take away from Curtis Stinson on switching of picks? Because once you guys start switching picks, you were finding mismatches.
Yeah.
And
well, we actually had a plan that I thought was going to work, but we kept giving up offensive rebounds or fouling. We had a guy in there that was taking away some rim rolls, and that was his whole purpose. And we never fully finished a possession with him in there. So when Alier went in there a couple minutes late, he was basically just like an anchor in the middle of the paint. And, they basically got fouled or got an offensive rebound every single time. So that's disappointing. I especially think the fouls, because I can't think of many offensive rebounds, mostly fouls. If we can cut that down, man, I like where we were headed. I'll put it that way. We just had a lot of really mistimed fouls, especially on threes.
And I think you can't mimic it in practice what Valley's doing on your make
nope,
shots.
Sure can't.
You get your make shots, and they go running, and it really tells your players, hey, we can't celebrate a make shot. We have to get back on defense. And part of that, you started stopping Stinson on a make shot because he was the guy who was really getting out on transition on make shots. And if you slowed him down, it really allowed your team to get back on defense, which helped throughout the second half.
Yeah, there's a lot to build on. And it's in a lot of ways it's good to play these guys this early because our biggest weaknesses are probably, transition defense. And man, they put it right down our throats all night long. So that was good to get that experience.
Joe Broderick having the game his first varsity game. But what you think about the matchup with Stinson on him later in the fourth quarter?
That was another one I was trying to attack, and we just never got to it.
We're talking about Capola or Kleppe being available if they're going to, corral Joe.
Yeah, that's the other thing is we never really got one of the looks that we drew up late. And, we had 2 weeks of practice before we started. Our guys understand our motion, but they don't necessarily understand the after timeout sets as well as we need to. So there's some execution issues that we'll be beating our heads against the wall about for the next 24 hours. And like I said, this can be good because when you fix them, I think we're going to be pretty tough.
Well, Coach, appreciate you stopping up. Anybody want to give a shout-out? Even the ones in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
You mentioned that. I know they're Packer fans.
My mom and dad up there on both sides. My wife, Britt, I'm sure, is watching happily right now. So, we'll make sure Friday's a show.
So how was the Dowling Valley experience for you? I know the score doesn't
Awesome.
indicate that, but
Wasn't
there something great? Gym's packed?
Yeah, I mean, there was a kind of a, I try to take a wide-angle view when things are really crazy, and I see my old staff at Lincoln all up there, and that was kind of special, because I have a completely new staff here at Dowling. To see them up there and know how much they gave to put me in this position was pretty special, and the student section was great. I hope we get them all the time.
Coach, thanks for coming down and visiting with us tonight. Best of luck. We'll see you Friday.
Thank you.
Justin Einertson, Dowling boys basketball coach, visiting with us in the postgame show. We'll take one more timeout, and we'll come back and wrap things up from the Dowling Gym. Again, the final in the boys contest, Valley 72, Dowling 69. In the girls game, Valley 55, Dowling 42, as Valley sweeps Dowling here in game one of the boys season and game three of the girls season. We'll return for our final thoughts after this 1-minute break here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com, 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more.
Brightside Aesthetics by Ducharme Dermatology provides advanced and medical aesthetics, body contouring, wellness, and spa services. Learn more at brightsideiowa.com. Thank you, Brightside Aesthetics, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for programming is provided by Construction Professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. cpcustomhomes.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
And welcome back to the Dowling Gym for final comments following Valley's doubleheader sweep over the Maroons. The girls' game 55-42 Valley over Dowling, and the boys' game Valley 72-69 over the Maroons. Mark Amadale, Mike Swaim, Jimmy Cataldo. Yeah, three-man crew. I think it went well tonight. I mean,
we had to corral you throughout. You're giving the wrong basket to other people. We're our stats and
it sounds like we weren't in sync.
No.
Now the game was going through YouTube, or it wasn't CISN.
Okay.
It was through the Dowling Huddle, and they're going to start doing that. Coach Wilson's working with an IT guy, and it got out of sync the last 3 minutes. We were ahead of the game on audio, but the video was catching up. But that's going to happen. You've been through you're the TV guy here, Swamer. You put a tie and coat on, and you go down to the boys' state basketball tournament and sit there for a week while this guy next to me and I are just looking from, section 500 up in the rafters.
He's eating free popcorn.
It's Chick-fil-A. It's Chick-fil-A during the games. Yes, I mean, that's come on now.
Well, some of us who check your wardrobe, we see the streak of the Chick-fil-A sauce down your shirt.
Mike,
and the big smear because you try to clean it up.
Mike, I apologize for my partner here. The A team has obviously gone with Babinette being in Dallas tonight. He'll be back Friday for the girls, and you're welcome to join in. It's Centennial and my buddy Fontana here.
I may be joining you. There may be an opportunity as Jimmy is.
I got to go through graduation in a week.
He may be gone, so I may be joining you.
Really?
So, well,
that's right.
You gonna get your diploma?
Like I told you, it was Friday at 7, and Swaim's sitting at home sweating because normally he's working.
This is what we tell the listeners. Stay tuned for. There may be breaking news.
Well, let's run through the stats. You still got them, or did you tear them up?
No, I got them.
All right, well, let's run through the stats. I'll do the scoring, and then Swaim can give us one final comment from a coach's perspective for both teams. And look at this guy over here.
I'm offended.
He's
legend.
Go start before he gets in here.
So so many second chance shots. So unofficially for the Maroons as a team, went 16 of 33 from the field. 9 of 26 from 3, 30 total rebounds, and 8 turnovers. For Valley, 18 of 34 from the field, 8 of 20 from 3, 28 total rebounds, and 8 turnovers. So, across the board, very consistent, even game. It's just it came down to free throws at the end. You called it early in the fourth quarter when Dowling got their 5th foul. Every foul thereafter was a 2-shot, and really, if you look at the fourth quarter, a lot of Valley's points came from the free throw line.
All right, for Valley, we'll start with their scoring tonight as Curtis Stinson leads away for the Tigers with 26 points. He was, 4 out of 6 the free throw line as Valley really struggled from the line. We'll talk more about that in a moment. 18 points for Kiki Dang and Kyle Kaysen with 13 points for the Tigers. Rounding out scoring, Trevin Urak with 8 points, battling the flu, along with Jaden McGregor with 5 points, and Marcus McGregor with 2 points, also battling the flu for the Tigers, as they went 11 for 24 from the free throw line. For Dowling Catholic, 3 players in double figures, led by Joe Broderick. We could say a career high because this is his first start. 31 points for Joe, the 6'4 senior for the Maroons, leading the way. 16 points for Joey Capola, 11 for Cole Southard. And then rounding out scoring for Dowling, 5 points for Ryan Kleppe, 4 points for Dante Cataldo, and Alier Agao with 2 points, Dowling 9 of 12 at the free throw line. Maroons got out to a 22-12 first quarter lead. Valley outscored Dowling 28-20 in that second quarter. That's a lot of points. Maroons led by 2 at halftime, 42-40. Dowling outscored Valley in the third quarter, 18-16. The Maroons had a 4-point lead going into the fourth quarter, and Valley outscoring Dowling in that fourth quarter, 13-12 to win it by the score of 72-69. Dowling goes to 0-1 on the boys' season. Valley 1-0, and that brings up the next game, Dowling and Ankeny Centennial. Here, we'll have it on Friday night. It'll be on CISN as we simulcast. 6 o'clock we'll be on the air with 6:15 tip for the girls. Valley has their rematch with Waukee Northwest, rematch the state championship game this Friday night at the Valley Gym in the boys' contest, and that'll be a girl-boy doubleheader. So that's what's up. Coach Swaim, first of all, thanks for sitting in between, I wouldn't say a rose between two thorns, but close to it with who you're sitting between.
Certainly not calling it a brain trust, right? It's not a brain trust that I'm sitting in between.
I did not use that terminology.
You haven't had this much compliments since maybe your wedding night. You're a legend.
I had a great
Intercepting
time.
Hall of Famers.
And listen,
let's get the perspective from a coach.
There you go.
What am I, chopped liver?
Hey, we're approaching 9:30 here.
That's right. We'll get off. Look,
Come on.
Quick thought. I had a great time, but let's. If you're the Valley Tigers, this team is going to compete again down at Wells Fargo. I mean, they've got the talent to get down there. I think if you're Dowling, you got to feel great that you went toe for toe with this team, and there's a lot to build on. And if I'm the coaching staff for Dowling, if I'm the players, I think you got to take. I mean, there's no, you don't want to lose games, but there's a lot to take from this game, a lot to learn, and I think Dowling's only going to get better. And I think this season's going to be really exciting for the Maroons.
The rematch is January 12th at the Valley Gym.
And
Dowling
expect
Valley.
Zay Robinson being available,
right?
Riddick Metten being available,
right? Yeah.
So two more to add to the equation.
Great game.
All right. Mike, thank you for sitting in, especially between he and I. And Mr. Cataldo, I don't know what you're doing Friday night, but hopefully we'll see you here.
I'm here.
We'll see. All right. Thank you both.
Thanks, guys.
We had a lot of fun, and I appreciate you getting out of the recliner there, Mr. Swain, for you. All right. That'll wrap things up from the Dowling Gym. Our thanks to Jimmy Cataldo, Mike Swain, and everybody else behind the scenes, including Brady Grimm. And as we wrap up tonight, our thanks to the folks here at Dowling Catholic High School. Athletic Director Tom Wilson, Colleen Webb, Jared Herring for getting everything set up for us. And, of course, behind the scenes, head coach Matt Utoff, the Valley Girls head basketball coach. BJ Windhorst, the Valley Boys basketball coach. And, of course, Justin Einertson and Kristen Meyer, the Dowling coaches. Our next broadcast will be this Friday night. We'll be on the air at 6 o'clock, and that's Friday, December 1st. Ankeny Centennial at Dowling, pregame at 6 o'clock. Girls game at 6:15. The boys to follow at 7:45, so join us for the contest. And for our broadcast partners, Jimmy Cataldo and Mike Swain, this is Mark Abadale saying goodnight and so long from the Dowling Gym. Final scores for the final time in the girls contest. It was the Valley Tigers defeating Dowling 55-42. Dowling girls fall to 1-2 with their record, and Valley 3-0. And in the boys contest, the opening night for the Dowling boys and the Valley boys, it was Valley defeating Dowling 72-69, the final. And until next Friday night, from all of us here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, from our studio producer Brady Grimm, have a safe and blessed faith-filled evening.
Coverage of Dowling Catholic sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Klein Electric, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and Bozen the Florist. Please support the businesses that underwrite Iowa Catholic Radio. The preceding has been a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio.